evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for July 25th, 2014. With your host, Peacebreaker2448, Rapid Epsilon, and Tommy Gun 2442.
Hello.
I'm gonna say this. The additional 2 clicks that you guys might have heard on stream, that was me being stupid. I go to hit the enter key, I hit the 4 and then the enter key. So instead of telling them go, I tell them go 4. So that of course made me think, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I put in it and then LOL. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm still getting used to this whole infinite looper for YouTube videos. So if I want to play a song in the background when we're doing stuff that I don't have downloaded, it just plays automatically. I can even set it for a custom part to loop.
How
based
are
off
you
time
doing
codes.
that?
It's a website.
Huh.
www.infinitelooper.com. Essentially, put in any link for any YouTube video and it goes. And it may work for any video. I don't know. I have not tried any other video.
Okay. Update.
Well, we're doing this kind of in the middle of Comic-Con, and right now nothing like super big has hit from Comic-Con, as far as I'm aware of. I think I wouldn't say the biggest, but the most interesting thing for us to really talk about is I believe IGN showed off gameplay for the Legend of Korra game that we talked about the announcement of, like, I want to say about 4 weeks ago? Like, at least a couple shows ago. If I'm right on that estimate.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're looking right about around there for a estimation. And they showed off gameplay for it. I caught like 5 seconds of it. Because I was on their homepage looking at stuff, and then I saw Legend of Korra in the background, up top, and I'm like, wait, what? Click, 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 click. And it went away, and I'm like, no! Damn you, IGN! And then they tweet out about it after they're done showing it off. Fuck you, IGN, by the way. Just saying. But there has been a boatload of news in other places, and I'm on a bit of an overload of sorts. just gonna throw that one out there. We haven't even hit the Marvel panel yet, which I believe is tomorrow. Or at least the Marvel Games panel. I don't know when the Marvel movie panel is. Or at least the Marvel Entertainment panel in general. So, yeah. The fun stuff from Comic-Con. But we have plenty of stuff to talk about. Starting with another simulator game.
What the hell, Jeremy?
He likes simulator games. What do you mean?
But this is Game Journalism Simulator.
Yes.
What the hell, Jeremy?
I don't know what to say about this little project.
This
Well,
has nothing
it's-
to do with it from the picture.
Well, I don't think the picture has anything to do with the article. It's just there to have a picture.
Well, you know, all this basically is a game to create the articles that we cover on the show. So it's like a precursor to us.
Except a lot more professionally done. Yes, I take jabs at our own content all the time.
Yeah.
Oh God, you know what I just thought about?
What?
If we ever got popular enough, we should try to get someone to do a TGS simulator just for shits and giggles.
All I'm going to tell you is someone makes a dating sim around the three of us, I officially quit the internet. I'm officially done. Like, I'm done. I'm done.
The internet wouldn't do that. They love us too much.
Glock, do you know the Runaway Guys?
Yeah.
There's a dating sim for them.
Oh God.
Oh dear God.
Someone made it and gave it to Pro John John. I have seen him stream it.
What did he say? Please tell me what he said.
Oh, he already knew about this long before he streamed it. It was just one of those what? It's just kind of one of those bewildering reactions of, okay, this is a thing that exists that involves me. I'm just gonna leave this one alone.
I wouldn't know what to think.
I've already said it. I'm quitting the internet.
At that point, part of me would think, okay, cool. We've got fans out there that are willing to do something like this. But then the other part of me would be thinking, internet, why?
To be fair, this was a dating sim inside the trio, so that's what I'm getting at. No.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah. No.
I even hear the rumblings of a fan fiction that involves the three of us and a very weird relationship that the three of us should never be anywhere near. No.
You realize if we get that big, it's going to happen.
I know.
Going to happen, yes. Want it to happen? Hell no.
Yeah. Look.
Probably will be dumb enough to cover it on a stream? Yes.
Look, I don't want to read a fan fiction that involves the three of us and a gay relationship.
Then don't read it.
Like, I'm going to have no choice to read it because they are going to probably email the site about it.
Repetitively.
They will post it everywhere they can to get us to look at it. So we're going to have no choice but to actually look at it and read it. And oh, please, dear God, at least use proper English. I don't want the double whammy of it being very badly written. Please. Anyway.
Okay, update again. Sorry, I'm done.
Anyway.
I found this and it's just like, what?
Damn it,
is
Glock.
this?
Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Glock.
Sorry.
Please tell me you're
Give
just
me
updating
yours.
your quick draws.
Do what?
Please
Do what?
tell me you are just updating your quick draw.
Oh, I am. I'm adding another quick draw.
See? Exactly what I told you. I knew he would do this crap. He does it every show.
Well,
I
I
know.
mean, it's just, I found it and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. I've already watched it while y'all were talking and it's just, I don't...
Glock, we called this beat for beat.
We did.
That's what we're getting at
yesterday.
here. Yes.
I have not
We're
even
doing a-
looked at what your quick draw was to begin with, so yeah. And don't say it because that's coming later in the show, so don't.
I'm
Fuck.
not, and I'm saying, like, y'all don't have it in the articles, and it's brand new news, so I'm just kind of like, what is this thing?
Okay, you
That's
do
fine.
realize stuff that comes out the day of the show, 9 times out of 10 we wind up not getting, right?
Yeah. Well, it
Because-
came out 7 hours. This was announced 7 hours ago, so.
Because there again, that usually falls under the next show.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, anyway, game journalism simulator, since we are way off topic.
Yes.
Collaborative project between journalist and new developer Jason Evangelo?
I think
Evangelio?
that's right.
Evangelo?
I would think.
There's no in. And how I'm pronouncing it, there's an in there. There's no in. So I'm saying Evangelio. Or Gelio. Evangelio.
That guy.
I don't know.
That guy.
Jason. And other real world
Do I
gaming
need to
journalists.
say
God
it?
damn. Yes, please.
Let me get to it. My computer's lagging. Hang on.
Well, if you weren't looking at other stuff instead of the articles, that might not happen there.
Oh! Evangelo!
Evangelo.
I told
There's
you.
no in!
Yes, there is. Evangelho.
No, but he's saying Evangelo.
Yes.
Jen. There's no in after
Oh.
the E and...
No. Evangelo!
Okay, I thought you said.
See,
I
I
thought
wasn't
you
hearing
heard
the
it
end in it.
Okay, I heard the end. That's what.
Even when you were saying it, I wasn't hearing the end.
Okay. Apparently, I had it right the first time. I was just dumb. All right. Trademark is registered for this brand new simulator game. Yay! And his team are neck deep in design.
Yes, meaning it's gonna be a piece of crap because they're not really trying.
Well, they say it's a serious project for them, and they want it to be a genuinely fun game.
Yes, Goat Simulator was a serious project for the guys that made it too.
It actually was.
Yeah. There's a lot of love that's in Goat Simulator. I mean, look at them physics. I'm in full-on Stark mode for this, but give me a break here. When you hear the words game journalism simulator, to be fair, Game Dev Tycoon is out, and that's a pretty good
I
game.
heard that was actually a pretty good tycoon game.
Yeah, it pretty much takes you all the way to like last gen content. Like from the heydays, from the the beginning of the gaming industry, all the way to like last gen. I believe. I don't think PS4, Xbox One. No, Wii U's in there. I don't think the PS4 and Xbox One are in there, or whatever their not titles are, because every console has a not this console name. I only say that because I'm too used to hearing that phrase being used for Transformers when it comes to third-party stuff. Because if a new third-party Transformer comes out, it is some name, not the official name. Because they can't call it the official name.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Which we'll get into something along that lines later on. But yeah. I'll be honest. If they take the route that Game Tycoon had, or Game Dev Tycoon had, this will probably turn out good.
Hey, what are we streaming on? Are we streaming on YouTube or
Twitch? We always do Twitch.
We always are.
Twitch on TG Saloon on Twitch?
Yes.
Okay.
Twitch.tv/TG Saloon or tgstgsr.org/index/0-7.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have that memorized.
I'm not surprised at this point. You are so engrossed in the designing of the website, you probably know every single URL by now.
No.
You don't?
A lot of
you
them
don't?
I still have to look up. Okay. It took me literally until the past couple of days to remember that the TGSR one is 16 instead of 7.
Why is it 16 instead of 7?
Like the TGS one? Just replace that 7 with a 16. That's literally the TGSR one. And it took me that long to remember it.
I wonder why it has that big jump. That's an odd question for me to ask him, but...
Order the pages I added.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep in mind, back in those days, that was like V4 there, and I was trying to figure all this out at the moment. Because Yukos does stuff a little bit different than what we were doing up till then.
So you're essentially having to relearn code by code from the beginning?
More like learn their programming.
Ah.
And I burned through a few pages, and that's kind of why it went that far.
So a lot of trial and error is what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Kind of like any other time I've tried to work on the site. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, what do you guys think of this? I mean, outside of the snarky comments we could actually make about this.
You don't want to know.
I think concept-wise, good idea. But I'm kind of sick and tired of the insert title here simulator games.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would like rename it to something that does not involve the word simulator. Because I'll be honest, simulator has a bad connotation for me. Because
It
when I
kinda
think
does for
simulator,
me.
I think yeah, I
Surgeon
think
Simulator, Goat Simulator, Car Mechanic Simulator.
Okay, I've got a good example right here, and I'm sure all three of us can agree to this. Game Dev Tycoon.
yeah.
If it was called Game Dev Simulator, would you think it was as good as it is?
No.
Exactly.
Off first hand, no. But
Exactly.
the problem is when I hear the words like game journalism simulator, the first things that come to mind are kind of crappy looking graphics, poor controls, designed to be played for fun, played to laugh at, not to really enjoy for any other reason. It's one of those it's so bad it's good things.
So
And I don't
pretty much
personally
every
enjoy
other
stuff like that.
simulator game.
Yeah. That's what I associate it with. It's like it's that kind of game that it's so bad it's good.
Because
And I'm not into that stuff.
case in point, Surgeon Simulator. It hits so big with all the major YouTubers simply because it was complicated as fuck, had poor controls, and was easy to laugh at.
And also was making fun of itself, I believe. To a
It
certain
was.
extent.
I
It
mean,
was.
it's like, just change the name if you're actually going to try to take this seriously.
Yeah, if you're gonna go like away from the so bad it's good, we are making fun of ourselves at the same time we're doing this game route, don't call it a simulator. Like this is being made by actual game journalists. I really want to see what they see their side of the whole industry from a first-hand perspective.
The thing that throws me off is the fact that they even said inspired by Goat Simulator.
Not the best route to be taking if you use serious in the same breath as inspired by Goat Simulator. Just saying.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna turn out the way they want it to if they want it to be serious.
No, I think we're gonna have a conflicted identity on this one. It wants to be a serious game and tell a serious story about gaming journalism, but it also wants to laugh at itself, and somehow it does not get that balance.
You can't laugh at yourself and still be a serious game.
Not unless you are really good at balancing the two.
Yeah, and there has there ever been a game that was able to do that?
Ratchet and Clank series to a certain extent.
Yeah. Ratchet and Clank, yeah. What about Jack and Daxter?
I have no experience, but I assume yes, because it's a part of that trinity of PlayStation 2 icons.
Yeah.
If we're going back that far, really, Crash Bandicoot, if you sit down and think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically the old games. Apparently nowadays people are too stupid to be able to do it.
If we want to break away from Sony-related stuff, I know Donkey Kong 64 took great hand in doing stuff like that too.
Yeah.
There was one game, I cannot think of the title to save my life. It was a funny game, but they tried to have a little tiny, I mean it was very tiny, a little tiny bit of seriousness in it. It was a game where you played as a zombie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I cannot think of it. It's actually on Xbox Live right now. It is a game where you play as a zombie and you're trying to infect all of the other humans. And it was one of those funny but still has a point to it games. I don't.
Oh, while Glock struggles with that. Any other thoughts on Game Simulator?
I don't have any.
I assume outside the one thing that refuses to come out from Glock, I'm assuming no.
I would assume that because someone decided to go all quiet and all ninja-like and all them other
Hold on.
words.
Uh,
What should we hold on to?
See, not all zombies must die. No, 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 no. Burn zombie, burn, no.
won't find it that
Carnival,
easy.
no. Carrier, no. City of the Dead, no. Corpse Craft,
I
Corpse
say we
Killer.
move on, and while he's hunting this down, he can just
Deadhead Fred. No.
pipe up with
No.
it while we're in the middle of another article. Like I figured he was fixing to cut me off in the middle of my sentence there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna find this, dang it. I know it. I know it's real because I saw it.
I think you're really on something, but that's beside the point. Moving on.
Yes, moving on. Next up, we're going to be talking about something that, considering I didn't stream that long yesterday, and if the beta actually goes long enough, I will be streaming it Sunday. Destiny!
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I only streamed for about an hour last night.
No, I was meaning streaming Sunday. If
Yeah,
that's the case,
I
I
still have
gotta
to do
get it up. But anyhow,
Yes, IGN had a look at the companion app, which I am currently trying to log into at the moment, so we can have a little bit of a hands-on with it, at least for me.
I think I'm gonna
I don't know if you
download
have-
the companion app too.
If you got the Bungie app, you've got the exact same thing. But yes, the Destiny companion app. You're able to highlight your character and progression throughout the game. You can also celebrate the growth of your Guardian. You have fully realized 3D models of each of your characters, which will change in real time as you equip them with new weapons and armor.
I got it.
So I told you he'd interrupt in the middle of the next article. I
Mhm.
knew it.
You can also keep track of all the statistics, progression, missions, and bounties of your characters. And you can thumb through your inventory, check out which vendors are currently occupying the tower, and explore Destiny's lore through the Grimorum. Grimoire. Throughout Destiny, you'll unlock cards that delve a bit deeper into character locations, events from Bungie's universe. The Grimoire is your gateway into fully unveiling Destiny's world and story. And the app is available now because the beta's been up for like 2 weeks.
Yep. And looking here on the app, you can sign in with Google, Facebook, PSN, or Xbox Live.
Mm-hmm. And you got friends list straight from there, because I can see that Glock is on his Xbox right now.
Yes.
Playing Bulletstorm. Why are you playing Bulletstorm in the middle of the show?
I ain't. It's just on the thingy.
Don't let him
Mhm.
lie.
I'm not. I'm actually looking at the title for the game that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sure.
right
I
now I'm
am.
only seeing
I'm legitimately looking at it.
new stuff, so I guess won't be able to see all that fancy stuff they're talking about until we actually get into the beta. Which, mine's downloaded now. It only took like about an hour or so.
Oh, really?
Like I said, it's only about 5.31 gigs approximately.
And you will need to actually take part in the beta before you can use the companion app also.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's also it's the same thing as the Bungie app, because apparently I was downloading it from the cloud, well, from my cloud.
Hmm.
So it's the Bungie app.
Yes and no. It functions like the Bungie app.
Well, I meant that it didn't have the usual free icon. It had the cloud with the arrow, which means I already owned it.
Maybe the iOS one's like that then.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, is that it's the Bungie app redone, technically. Because I got the Bungie app way back in the day. Or the app Bungie had out for their website. But yeah, honestly,
might
from what all
be.
they're saying, this essentially sounds like Halo Waypoint for Destiny, in a certain sense of the word. Not to really like insult it or anything. It's just like this sounds like Halo Waypoint, except it's an app instead of a thing you have on your console. Because can you do all that same stuff with Halo Waypoint if you had the app for it, or if you still do? Because I think there's an app for Halo Waypoint.
Yeah, I think there is still an app for it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that'll be something we'll check out Sunday if the beta is still up. It'll be up tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It'll still be up tomorrow, and I will be playing it tomorrow. So Glock, download the beta. Make sure it's good for Sunday.
I will. Now, that game that I was thinking of, it's
Mm-hmm.
Stubbs the Zombie.
Okay.
I knew it. It was on the tip of my tongue, but I just couldn't get it. It's Stubbs the Zombie. There's a bunch of them, actually. There's Stubbs the Zombie, Rebel Without a Pulse, and Revenge of the Salesman, I think.
Okay.
You are right, by the way. Because I just looked on the Google Play Store, and the Bungie app no longer exists. When you search for Bungie, it pulls up the Destiny app. So undoubtedly what they've done is redesigned the Bungie app for Destiny.
That's what I was thinking.
Which, that seems kind of odd, in a sense. Because what's Bungie planning on doing with Destiny, then?
Essentially turning it into their next Halo, I would say.
And then you're going to run into some conflicts.
Still talking about
because
this.
you know they're going to want to merge some of the ideas they might have had for the Halo series into this.
Mm-hmm.
And then that could possibly cause problems.
Not if they change it just enough.
System settings.
But, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Bungie is in a very interesting place where they're coming off kind of letting go of their biggest franchise, but letting go ownership of it to move on to other things. And they're kind of having to rebuild a big franchise from scratch.
I think from what I've seen with Destiny, they're doing it in a good way.
Yeah.
And hopefully playing it will kind of change my idea even more for the better. But in the back of my mind, I'm still sitting there thinking, okay, Bungie just came off of Halo. I wonder how much Halo stuff you're going to kind of see in here.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised that if there's plenty of Halo in there. I've already seen where that little robot companion of yours is very much Spark, except he's not a dick.
Oh, I can understand you're going to have some things that are definitely going to point back to, hey, we did Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
But
there were a lot of complaints about that, though.
I'm gonna be on that edge of, I know it's Bungie, and as far as I've played as all in Bungie stuff, I understand that they thrive on making good stuff. So I'm not worried about it being bad, just that it's going to be too much of a Halo reference. And that's going to be the make or break for me.
Yeah. And Glock, were you talking about Spark or just Destiny and Halo having comparisons in general?
Not that either. That little robot companion thing. I've heard a lot of complaints about the guy who's doing it. He's from Game of Thrones. The voice actor is from Game of Thrones, and I've heard a lot of complaints about him just being dry almost in his voice acting.
I don't mind that for a robot companion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, he's a robot. How is he supposed to sound better?
I actually find that humorous because you have that very dry reaction to everything where everyone else is providing the humor, where everyone else is having the big reactions. It's classic comedy.
Yeah.
I like that style for AIs, where it's very much a dry voice in the reaction to everything, no matter what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on Destiny companion app, or maybe our anticipation for the beta in general?
No, not really.
I'm excited to see what they do with it, and I hope they do really well.
All right, then. Next up, our streaming site that we stream on, Twitch, have new owners.
Really?
Google, yes.
That much?
Yeah. Google officially has bought Twitch. Officially. This is like official for shizzle manizzle.
I love the comment in it.
Let's-
The very first. I love the first sentence.
Hey, let's just take this moment to let everyone flip the tables that they done flipped back up on their feet now.
Yeah. Because I'm sure everyone's going to be like, no! I don't want Google owning Twitch! I don't want them to ruin it like they did YouTube and all this other meh.
Yeah, Twitch already breaks enough stuff. Why do we want Google in there fucking with stuff?
Alright. Google bought Twitch for $1 billion, according to VentureBeat. This is less than what Google bought YouTube for at $1.65 billion, and significantly less than the United States spends yearly on prisons. So essentially, Google has spent more money on buying video-related internet sites than the United States has spent on incarcerating people. I don't know if that says something, but we're gonna move on before we start getting political.
Anyway, hang on, before we do that, I'm gonna crack a joke.
Is it a political joke? Because if it is, we're gonna move on anyway.
No, it's not. Yay! Google Plus will fix the chat system!
They got a point there. Google actually knows what to do with chat systems.
Oh, that's the only thing they do know, though.
That's the only thing they've successfully done right.
Well, to be fair, the same day that this came out, Twitch announced host mode, which, for those of you who don't know what it is, essentially you can use your Twitch page to host any other Twitch stream. And any viewers will be counted for that Twitch stream you're hosting. So, essentially, let's say you have a network of friends and y'all do streaming on Twitch. If one of you is about to head offline and another one of your friends is about to go online, you can essentially host their stream on your Twitch page, and your chatters don't even have to leave, and so they can watch that stream. Granted, that's going to cause the whoever's streaming to open up two chats if they want to monitor both, but that's essentially what we're looking at.
And
here.
they would have to have moderation abilities in both chats.
Yeah. So a little bit of complexity of things, but
They
Well-
so could have done. They so could have. Wait, what are we on now?
I think, in all seriousness, the host setup for it was more designed to kind of point people towards the other person's Twitch stream.
yeah.
Not necessarily to just keep them on the stream,
Yeah.
like it said it was. But, yeah, I think that's a case of left hand didn't tell right hand what to write down.
It essentially just breaks down to your page becomes the Twitch page for that Twitch stream. The chat stays the exact same.
To this,
It
I
is
say, would it
essentially how
not
it
have
breaks
just
down.
been smarter to expand the groups that they already had going and have it set up to where each group has a landing page where if you go to that page, it'll automatically show who's live and start one of the streams?
That would probably actually be a better idea. Not gonna lie.
And then, if you wanted to change to someone else that's live, all you gotta do is click and let it refresh in that frame.
Yeah. Which I believe is what the group stuff is right now.
I don't know if
believe.
they made it that far with it, but I know the starting up whatever's live part's there.
I know you can see who all is live in the group, and you can swap between them.
Oh, you can't actually swap between them?
Yes.
Okay. Last I had tried, yeah, and that was not happening. If you clicked one, it opened in a new window.
I think if they were going to expand on that idea, is you just have just one group chat for all of the channels.
Well, and that's what I don't get. They've got it set up for that. Each channel has its own chat.
Mm-hmm.
Each user can create their own group chat where they can invite other Twitch users into it. Why not have a defined group chat to whatever group that Twitch account is in?
Mm-hmm.
Would that not make it simpler?
Yeah.
And
think
then
what
on the
host
group
mode
page, just let everyone that hops in go into that chat automatically.
I think what host mode is just a way for other people to show off other people's Twitch streams.
It has to be.
Yeah.
And they tried to hype it up as, don't let your viewers leave.
Is what I essentially saw from reading up on host mode is it's a way for you to show off other streams. So if you know a lesser known stream that could use some followers or use some love, you can throw it up there so your chatters can take a look at it.
Like us. So anyone out there that wants to throw our stream up, do it, please.
Yeah, we will greatly appreciate it. We will name drop you every chance we get.
Just make sure we know you're actually doing it.
Yes, that's about all we can do. Although, you know what I see happening?
What?
That is going to be really odd. If a lot of the big streams just all of a sudden decide to host a smaller stream on there, just out of the blue, and do like a kind of a semi raid, because that happens now, where if anyone who's really big on Twitch, if they go offline and a friend of theirs is still streaming, they'll go raid the chat. So everyone goes barging in there, says something repeatedly.
That's what
And
so
I
ought to happen.
Yeah.
All these
And I see
big
that-
guys ought to just do that.
Yeah. That'd be cool if like a channel did that for like every week. They spotlighted a smaller channel that they found out about, or like a channel they got recommended to by a fan. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Because I know Twitch, JTV used to do that back in the day, where the front page would be a lesser known stream that was getting featured, and not just one of the big ones getting featured.
Like Twitch is.
Yes.
I swear they only pick the big stuff and put on the front page.
Yeah. That's
that-
kind of a
That kind of hurts everyone, really, if you think about it.
yeah.
Because what's going to happen? Most people that aren't familiar with Twitch are going to hop on, see whatever that mainstream is. If they like it, if they like the game that's being played, they're going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, they're just going to close Twitch and leave.
Mm-hmm.
So really, that kind of hurts everyone, including Twitch.
Yeah. I just would like the smaller folks to get a little love like us. Because I follow a lot of streams that are a bit on the smaller side that could really use some love, because they do produce some good content.
I think that's where it needs to be. They need to break away from the bots, get just a small team that goes and kind of glances at all the different streams that are running.
Yeah.
They don't even have to sit there and watch. They can just kind of hop in, watch for a minute or two. If they like the content, then recommend them. If not, just kind of put it on the back burner and bring them up after you've went through all the ones that you recommend.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you. By no means am I going to sit here and say we've got the best content. Because I know there's some stuff we can improve on.
Yeah.
but without being able to get any feedback, we kind of can't improve on it either.
But we shoot in the dark every time we try to improve something. Whether we do worse or we do better.
That's like with me on the site. I keep improving, but I really don't know if it's doing any fucking good because no one's giving comments because we don't really have anyone going there. And that's the same with the Twitch and our YouTube even. It's like, we need that feedback, but no one's really helping.
Honestly, I would love for someone just to troll us.
Seriously.
Like, that'd be something at least. If someone just trolling us. I'd be happy. Because at least somebody's at least giving us 5 seconds worth of their time.
You do realize now we're going to get every freaking troll possible.
I don't care. They're watching the show. That's 5 seconds of their time. I'm officially satisfied. They watch the show for 5 seconds. That is more than I can say for a lot of other times that we've put up content. So I don't care if it's troll or not. So yeah, I'll be honest. People are going to be flipping out about this and be like, "Oh God, Google bought Twitch. Oh no, it's the end of the world. The Twitch will never be the same again." To be honest, it could be worse. I was in a stream this past week, and they were discussing this, and they brought up someone who could be far worse in buying Twitch, and that would be Comcast.
Oh God, no,
True.
no.
Comcast is notorious for throttling people on their internet service. Notorious.
No.
Comcast.
No.
Comcast is not a fun company. Just why I'm glad I have Charter Internet.
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm not upset that Google bought them.
Yeah.
Because, hell, let's face it. My phone is that Moto X that came out after Google bought Motorola. I like the phone.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, the simple fact that Google bought Motorola and actually got them to do something is the only reason I got the phone.
Yeah. Like,
Google's done good. As long as they don't try to get in there and change the layout for Twitch,
yeah.
and they try to do more technical updates to it, I mean, make
Yeah.
the videos more stable. Figure out a way to set up a shorter delay time.
Yeah.
Get in there and maybe figure out for slower connections a better way of buffering. That way you don't have the breaks in the videos.
Yeah, because right now, there's no way to change quality on lower streams like ours.
Right.
So you're stuck at source content.
Uh,
Bigger streams do have that quality change. It'd be nice if we got that back for everybody.
right. Countless times that the Twitch chats went down. Figure out a way using the Google Plus stuff to get the chats more stable. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just basic stuff like that. If they would focus on that technical end of it and don't fool with the layout of it, Twitch will be fine.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
what
see
we're
a
asking-
problem.
What we're asking from our new overlords here at Twitch is work on the behind-the-scenes stuff. Don't touch anything on the front end. The front end is fine.
Quite frankly, I don't like the new chat. I do not like the new layout for it. I like the one they had before it. And that's just flat out.
I like the size of it, just because you get a lot more messages without scrolling.
Yeah, but okay, on the bigger streams, the chat's going so fast that you're not really able to pay attention to that.
Very true.
So
And I don't think there's any way to help that.
there needs to be a
Are we-
way where you could pause the chats.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, I think if Google keeps their hands off the layouts, Because really, Twitch has a good layout right now.
Yeah.
If they'll just keep their hands off the layout and not try to pull a YouTube on it, we'll be fine.
What were you gonna say, Glock?
Are we ever gonna get past this?
Possibly.
We'll get past it. Don't worry. Behind the scenes, to kind of help bring back quality change for a lot of the lower guys, getting delay back down because right now it's like 30, 45 seconds, and personally, I find that unacceptable as a streamer that wants to interact with their chat. I find that unacceptable. I that shit should be lower.
A lot lower.
I would want to at least say a comment to a person in the chat and it not take 30 seconds for him to hear it.
I mean, even 10 seconds would be better.
Yeah, 10, 5, 10, at pushing it at 15. You know what? That'd be fine.
What, 45 seconds?
If we can cut that stream delay in half, I will be happy. Because that will be so much better.
1 second, guys.
So yeah, Twitch has new owners. Let's hope the technical stuff is what Google focuses on. And I know somebody will bring up the whole copyright thing with YouTube, but I think that's more of YouTube's policy based off past experience, more so than them being owned by Google.
I don't know.
I'm sure it plays a part into it, but I think it's mostly YouTube's policy these days due to their past experience with copyright holders.
But to this, I also want to say something. Are we going to see content stuff for Twitch coming in? Because you look at some of the streamers that like playing music in the background.
Yeah.
A lot of that music is copyrighted.
My cousins wanted to watch, so we got some viewers. So
I know a lot of people have been. I know some people I watch.
Oh!
But
What?
yeah, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I know some of the people I follow, if they play music in the background, it's a lot of video game music, which again kind of falls into that gray zone, which we'll get to here in a bit.
What's wrong, Brandon?
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like that proper music. Granted, most people I watch either don't play music at all, have like one music piece that they play, which I think is G-Wolf, but I think that's just kind of a DRM-free piece of music that he doesn't have to worry about copyright for because he has in all his YouTube videos. Or they just play video game music in the background that's on a playlist.
If we could get some fans. Okay, sis. Thank you.
All right. But we all good for the next one? I guess I think we're good on this one.
Yes, I'm using this now. Use the
Yes,
key
yeah,
board.
no,
The
yeah.
keyboard
Alright.
has a little
Let's move
touchpad.
All right.
Dory! Retard! Go on!
Next up, as Glock randomly talks to the voices in his head.
I'm talking to my cousin. Go!
Well, we can't hear the other side of the other side of the conversation, so it is the voices in your head as far as I'm concerned.
That's because he was
Same
trying to
here.
be quiet.
Hello, I am the voice in his head. He is stupid.
We got our first look at Halo Nightfall,
Close my door, please. Thank you.
the little mini series that is coming with the Master Chief Collection, which this will play into the next article as well because yeah, this will be the first and the last thing to come out of the Microsoft Entertainment stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guess who had to make a little comment to some haters in the comments below?
Oh dear Lord.
It was about Forward Unto Dawn. They were hating on it, and I'm just... In my opinion, it wasn't that bad of a series for not being made by, the true makers of Halo.
No, Forward Dawn was fine.
Honestly, in my opinion, Forward Unto Dawn was actually really well made for being a miniseries and a web series at that, and free.
I mean, if you want something comparable, check out the Mortal Kombat series that's on Machinima. It's probably got about the same budget. It actually does well for what it's got. Anyway, we also got a confirmation of just who the hell Locke is, and he's black.
Which actually kind of was a surprise.
Did not expect that.
I wouldn't have either.
I'm like, wait, Locke's black? Well, that's certainly just out of the blue.
He's the Locke.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Moving on.
To be fair, he might be the replacement for a Johnson. So he's not going to be taking Arbiter's role, he's also going to be taking Johnson's role.
So
I'm
he's
just-
going to magically find ways to be able to be killed in every game from here on and still come back in the next one?
Sure.
Because have you noticed that? The first one, technically, he should have been dead.
Yeah.
I can't remember for sure, but I'm wanting to say the second one, there's a point where he possibly could have been. And then he's still there in the third one. But the first one, outright, he legitimately should have been dead.
How
Oh,
should
no.
he have died? How should he have died?
Do you not
I
remember
was-
the legendary ending for...
No, I don't
Oh.
remember the legendary ending.
Possible spoilers for anyone that hasn't played CE, but if you have, then yeah, you know this anyhow.
Yes.
Legendary ending, you see Johnson and an Elite holding each other at gunpoint, and then when they see the Pillar of Autumn blowing up, Johnson and him kind of just hug and pray for the best.
They
So-
what?
They hug, and it's like, well, we're both fucked.
And then it jump cuts to Chief in the ship off of the ring as the ring's blowing up. So it is considered him dead.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the only ride off.
Although, to be fair, Spark survived that too.
Yeah, but we know Spark didn't have Johnson.
Eh.
So how the hell did Johnson survive?
He hopped on that magical second ship that was like 5 feet away, and him and that Elite went off, and then they had like a buddy cop adventure on their way back to Earth, and well, let's just say there's a reason he's not fond of the Elites in Halo 2. I'm making up shit as I go here.
Someone has to. Bungie sure as hell didn't. They just completely left that one hanging.
I still love that. They hugged.
Yeah. Yeah, but then they hopped on a ship and went off on a buddy event, standard buddy cop adventure from a movie, and things didn't end well. Somebody needs to write this.
We so should do it.
Alright. Yeah, let's take a look at Halo Nightfall, because I haven't seen this at all. All I know is Locke is black. And I'm sure that might be the most standout thing at the moment, unless Nightfall gives us something.
Racist.
Let's do it.
I'm not being racist. I'm just pointing out.
Exactly.
Right now, what do we know about him? He's a Eunice. He's a Oni agent. He's after Chief, and he's black. Not much in character in there, as you see.
Okay. Still, you pointed him out, so that makes you racist.
Meh, 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 meh.
Although, I've got to say, it is interesting that 343 is actually taking a very small part that you wouldn't have really known about the Halo series if you hadn't played Reach.
Yeah.
Because there is no mention of Oni anywhere outside of Reach.
There is an ODST.
So see, the only two that really don't have Master Chief in it.
Exactly.
So as far as we're concerned, we have no earthly idea if Chief knows about Oni or not.
But he's a Spartan, of course he knows.
Yeah, I believe the Oni is essentially like the CIA, essentially, of the UNSC. Or like, they're the spy branch.
Pretty much. From what I've grasped of it, too.
Yeah, they're the spies.
Alright, let's get on to Nightfall.
Alright. Starting up this first look in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I have no idea what you're talking about with cat bug.
Compound that selectively kills humans and nothing else.
It's not a compound. An element.
This is on you. You know that, don't you? They weren't after us, they were after you, UNSC. Because you were operating here on our soil.
People 8-10 kilometers away are being affected.
Your bold move. Send a team in, destroy the deposits, and nab whoever it is that's mining the stuff.
Couldn't find out what he was carrying, but found out where it came from. He says it's sourced from a place that no one will go. He says it's sourced from hell.
Okay, I've got to admit I agree with one of the commenters from below that site. This does feel strangely like Falling Skies.
I would have to show the trailer to my parents because I have not watched Falling Skies, but they have. A lot.
This feels strangely like Falling Skies. Like, it doesn't make me not want to watch it because Falling Skies was a really good show in my opinion, but this feels really like Falling Skies.
It's definitely got a more, I want to say horror, but not quite feel to it. Oh, by the way, hi. Hi, Brandon. But yeah, it's got, I want to say it's like a horror feel, but kind of not really. It's got elements of it. Like a very much a darker palette, a bigger sense on what happened to these people, which is central to a lot of horror stories.
Yeah.
Because things go bad a lot.
Yeah.
A bit of a darker setting because a lot of the Halo and like almost all of the Halo games were on a ring, and it looks like we're on a actual destroyed ring here. Which, how are they on the ring if it's destroyed?
And the only ring
Wait,
that we
where?
know of that's destroyed in that aspect is the one above Reach.
Could it be the...
I said the
Remnants
only one
4?
we know of.
Could
Yeah.
it be the destroyed Alpha Halo?
No. No, it's not the Alpha Halo from 3. We have no idea where that is in relation to anything.
Okay.
Both Installation
Because, I
04s
mean,
were
Luck is
destroyed within
chasing-
the original trilogy. The first one was what we assume is Overreach. Might not have been,
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, the reason I'm
The-
mentioning the Alpha Halo being a possibility is because
The
Locke
one
is
you're
going after... Oh, sorry.
the one you're talking about, Glock, is the one that was used to wipe out Gravemind on High Charity.
Yeah, that one's about right obliterated. This looks like just a normal ring. Whereas that wasn't really a ring, that was like a full-on structure.
Okay.
Like, it might be the ring that they mentioned in 4. I forgot which one it was.
I mean, the
'Cause that's
reason
where they
I
pulled
brought
up-
that up was because, I mean, they were
No.
on Chief's tail. Well, Locke was, apparently. He's going after Chief, so...
Well, bear in mind, this is a prequel to 5. This is supposed to set up Locke's character for 5.
Yeah.
So he might get his orders to chase Chief at the end of this series.
That's possible.
I don't know why Locke sounds so far away. Or it's Tommy. I'm not sure. Everyone sounds fine to me.
What? What's going on?
Yeah, Glock does sound a little lower than normal.
Oh, sorry.
No. I was just wondering, because everyone sounds fine to me.
Hold on!
But I'm not the one broadcasting. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, it couldn't be the one from 4 because that's still a full ring.
Okay.
03, which was that one, is not functional, but it is still intact. Because
Do you
we did
think
get
it's the
to see
original?
that.
Do you think it's the original 4? Possibly?
That's the only one that we know of that was destroyed in a manner to where a part of a ring could still be there.
True.
So maybe what everyone thought that was overreach, maybe it wasn't. Because the Pillar of Autumn did do a slip space jump away from Reach, which is what opened CE.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after that jump that we saw the ring.
Yeah.
And all of
Hey,
CE
guys, I'm
took
back,
place
sorry.
on the ring, except for the one mission that took place on the Autumn itself.
Yeah. Although we know Infinity has been investigating the rest of the installation, so maybe this is another installation that we haven't been introduced yet. That has somehow been destroyed as well.
Yeah, but why would it have been destroyed? The Covenant wouldn't have done it.
Oh.
The Prometheans weren't accessible up until 4.
Maybe this has to deal with the whole mystery of Nightfall, because I want to say that Nightfall is gonna be centered around a mystery.
Part of me is
Hang on.
almost wondering if this isn't Installation 04, and maybe what everyone thought was wrong, and maybe Cedra is the planet that one was hovering over.
Possibly. A lot of questions.
Okay, is this any better?
Yeah.
I
You
don't know,
sound
it
about
still
the same.
sounds low for me.
Maybe
I
I turn
turned
them up
the
on
microphone
TeamSpeak.
boost. Hang on.
I can fix it on my end, don't fool with your end.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
Okay.
Oh, hi, it
Oh.
went on stream.
And yes, I remember that, although Glock will probably kill me if I ever call him that again.
Oh, Glocky Poo, say something. I had to do it. I had to.
Well, I said I would.
Glock, say something.
Something.
There we go.
I think that sounds better.
Yeah. Yeah,
Douchebag.
a lot of questions from Nightfall. That gets me curious. Although I probably won't pick up the Master Chief. Well, I'm not going to pick up the Master Chief Collection since it's on Xbox One, and I don't have an Xbox One, and I don't plan on getting one anytime soon.
I won't be either anytime soon.
Yeah. So yeah.
By anytime soon,
You're
I mean
gonna
at
kill
least for
yourself
like
after
the
Kamen
next,
Rider?
I don't
Hey!
know,
Hey!
probably
Hey! She doesn't know about
6
Gaim.
months or so.
Go away. I will kill you after this.
Gaim is better.
I
so,
will kill you
so
after
much
this.
better.
That guitar? Hey! Hey!
If you can get past the ridiculousness of,
Will
of some
go
of
up
the
your
aesthetic
rear
choices
if
of
you ever
Gaim,
mention that again.
you will find the show that you will fall in love with very quickly.
$200 guitar.
That's alright. I have $200 in the bank.
Alright.
Come on.
Any other thoughts on
That will
Nightfall?
go up your rear.
Damn it, Glock. This is why I
Just
keep you
drink
down.
this hot and stretch.
He's talking to the voice in his head again.
I'm talking to my cousin. Go in there.
Alright,
Close my...
Miss.
I swear to God, boy.
Anyway,
Can I mute him?
No, I'm back.
okay. Any other thoughts on Nightfall before we move on?
No.
Alright. This next one plays into Nightfall a little bit because, yeah, Xbox Entertainment Studios, which are the ones bringing us Nightfall, they're going to be down for the count after Nightfall comes out. Along with the E.T. documentary and one more project. I forgot which one they mentioned. This was
Wait, why are they closing Xbox Entertainment Studio?
It's a part of the big group of layoffs they did recently.
Huh.
Thursday, with plans to lay off as many as 18,000 employees following its recent $7.2 billion acquisition of Nokia's phone business. Phil Spencer announced Spencer announced Xbox Entertainment Studios will shutter, and that some projects in development and production, including a live-action Halo series, will still be produced. That being Nightfall, essentially. Goes on to explain a little bit about the studio. Alright. Xbox Entertainment Studios will remain with the company to see the completion of its original production program already in production, Microsoft said. That includes a live-action Halo series, the first major project spearheaded by the division. That's in advanced negotiation for a pickup at Showtime in a shared window with Xbox. Project in production with Amblin TV. Halo Nightfall, produced by Ridley Scott. Signal to Noise, which is the E.T. documentary. They don't mention the third one. There was a third project. I don't remember which one it was. I'm not seeing it. So yeah. That's kind of surprising. A studio that's only been able to produce about 3 projects and none of them have hit market yet are pretty much done before they can even produce one thing.
Come take your stuff off my computer.
Essentially.
What stuff?
They said you put it on there. Go take it off of my computer.
What? It's Twitch.
I don't care what it is. I don't want it on the computer now.
Why?
Because I don't. It's just my cup.
Tommy, what do you think about this whole situation?
Where's my cup?
Or no, that's Caitlin's.
Well, it's empty. I need a cup.
Sandy, why are you freaking out about Twitch?
I just want it off of my computer.
Donna, you there?
Okay, now, say that again.
What do you think about this whole situation?
I kind of think that they kind of wanted to jump too far in. I mean,
That's a
yeah, the
possibility.
gaming side was good, but did they really have to hop into the media side?
Well, they had to do something for Xbox TV on their end to really push it.
Yeah, but all they successfully did was try to push something that they weren't going to be able to, which turned into them just completely bombing the whole Xbox TV altogether.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't quite understand.
Power.
I know he didn't just seriously do that. What I don't...
Thank you.
Lost my train of thought. Thanks, Clock.
Sorry.
I don't quite grasp the concept that Microsoft purchased Nokia. Nokia's been going downhill for years. Why sink money into a company that was going downhill?
Maybe to try to salvage whatever they can.
Yeah, but
It was just them kneeling down before their giant leap to complete fame. That's the excuse.
Maybe they saw value in something Nokia had, and that's why they bought the company.
No,
Maybe
you know
some
what it
technology.
is?
What?
I can tell you exactly what it is. It was a case of Nokia's the only ones that can do the Windows phones. So they're trying to keep that alive, where really no one cares about Windows phones.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They'd be
Right.
better off just to let it die out altogether, and then if what they're wanting is Xbox TV, focus that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just find this surprising that a studio that really hasn't been able to release something is just down for the count already before they can even try. They've got like 2 projects under their belt, and I want to say a third, but I can't remember the name of it for whatever reason. And they're done. They're finished.
From what I'm reading on this, what in Quantum Break? Their third?
Why, yes, it is. That's what I meant, that these 2 were connected together. So apparently it's a row of 3 articles that I've just somehow managed to put them all in order without realizing the first one. Oops.
Oopsies.
But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, that just is surprising. But like Locke said, and that's a good enough transition.
Yeah.
The Quantum Break TV side of things will not be impacted by this, which should be the 3rd project.
Yeah.
Just to Quantum Break will release next year, and the game and show both remain on track. Once again, confirm the shutdown of studios. The mentions of the 2 projects we just talked about. But yeah, I guess it's not that big impacted since Quantum Break's not really affected by it, and that's more of a third-party production. And but I guess ties to the Xbox Entertainment Studios.
Hmm.
So yeah, it just kind of sucks to hear this because I'm like, it could have been something, but they never got the chance to. So I always get to speculate on what if. What if the studio actually got to be something, and got to be good enough for things?
I still say it comes down to a case of they tried to bail Nokia out for no reason whatsoever. And really, Glock, do you not know how to mute your mic when you got other people talking? Seriously.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. That sucks to hear. So, any other thoughts on this whole situation? And like the last 3 articles, since they all tie together?
It kind of sucks that they went down, but it happens too, and I think Microsoft's possibly made a bad call. Again.
Yeah, but we get to miss out on a Killer Instinct like live action series to compete with the Mortal Kombat live action series, and like a Banjo-Kazooie animated cartoon. I'm running out of things that Microsoft actually owns to do stuff for. Actually, I can't think of anything else. Oh, a Conquer animated series.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Now we get to have a fun conversation.
Looks like a few fun conversations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This one's going to try a bit of explanation. Okay. First up, Chroma Squad is an independent game being developed. Essentially, if you know Power Rangers, this is a tactical RPG that allows you to produce your own Power Rangers / Super Sentai series. Really, that's what it is. It even had a Kickstarter, and it has a Kamen Rider based episode in it
Yeah.
because of the milestones they reached. So we've got that. The Bond brands are the ones that currently own Power Rangers. They used to own Power Rangers back in the day, from about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to I want to say, when did they let go of the franchise?
I'm back, guys.
I don't remember when Saban let go of Power Rangers. I want to say no. I think it was Wild Force was the last series that Saban brands worked on before Disney bought Power Rangers. So Saban brands are the ones that own Power Rangers now. They used to own Power Rangers. Okay. Mm-hmm. So got the stage set. Saban brands is looking for royalties from the sale of Chroma Squad, which I believe is supposed to be set to sale this fall. It wants royalties, or else it'll go to court to prevent the title's release. The two companies are trying to reach a deal for the former option, as going into court would be painful for both sides. And by both sides, I mean mostly the developers for Chroma Squad, because, Saban has money. I don't think the developers do, to fight a court battle.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think you're right on that.
Essentially, the independent developers want to keep their independent status, but they don't want to go to court, so they're trying to work out a deal with Saban so that they keep their independent status, but Saban brands can go away. That's how this whole deal breaks down. Okay. Now,
Wait. How did we pass through Quantum Break so quickly? I completely missed when we went through that one.
because it was tied into the previous article.
Oh, so you just kind of destroyed through it. Okay.
Yeah, but it was kind of just tied into the previous one. So yeah. Initially, this looks like Saban trying to get royalties for something he doesn't truly own, even though Chroma Squad is very much inspired by Power Rangers and Super Sentai. More so Super Sentai than Power Rangers, but that we're getting into nitpicky things here because, to be fair, Saban owns the rights to distribute Super Sentai, well, to adapt Super Sentai into Power Rangers stateside, so this kind of falls into their territory, which is probably why Toei has not said a damn word about this. And okay, this all falls into the gray zone of copyright. To a certain extent, Saban is technically in the right here. Chroma Squad is very much based off Power Rangers, very much looks like a Power Rangers game. Anyone who is a Power Rangers fan would probably buy this, so that's money lost for them.
True.
On the other side, technically, Saban doesn't own the copyright for Chroma Squad. And while this may fall into that gray zone of copyright infringement, they may or may not actually win the fight. So you have this... Technically, they're both right and wrong at the same time. It's a conversation we've had before.
So if they do take it to court, who do you think's going to win?
I have no idea. It
If
really
they
comes down
took
to the
it to
judge's
court,
decision.
if they took it to court, it would more than likely be Saban, simply
He's got more money.
because of the money
Yeah.
aspect
Yeah.
and the renown part of it.
Yeah. And you can obviously see the Power Rangers in this, but do you count it as its own separate entity, or is it actually leeching off Power Rangers? Welcome to that copyright gray zone.
Okay.
Now,
To this
Power
I
Rangers-
say, the actual suits that we have come to know as Power Rangers, are they or are they not Sentai suits, technically?
They are.
technically it is a brand new design, and technically you could do any colors you want for any of the core 5. So it does not have to be the normal lineup, technically speaking, in terms of the game.
I mean, and in terms of the shows.
My
Yes.
So
my question is,
I don't know necessarily if I agree with the fact of saying Saban holds rights to those, because the suits really aren't his.
True.
what I see in this, I don't see how he could technically own rights to that. I mean, they had to have made. This doesn't look like it would. I don't know how to word it. It's just.
To me,
It looks like it's doing its own thing while still being inspired by Power Rangers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how would it be his right to be able to do that if it's not really meant to be a Power Rangers?
to me, I feel like really, when it boils down to it, Saban shouldn't be the one pushing first. Toei should,
True.
since it was their design to begin with.
True. That gets to what I'm going to be talking about here in a second. That is the copyright gray zone. This is a gray zone that anyone who produces content on the internet lives and breathes in. No matter what you do, you live and breathe in this in this gray zone.
Unless you're
'Cause this
doing
is
your
where-
own original 100%
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Kind of like Ruby.
If you're doing any type of review on any game, if you're doing any type of Let's Play, if you're even doing content like us with our show,
You're in a gray zone.
this gray zone is essentially going, you are using other people's work to produce your own work, whether it's by inspiration or through direct use. But you are doing your own thing. Does that, in fact, make it your own thing, or are you, or is it a infringing on the copyright of the original holder? That is the biggest question everyone who produces YouTube content has to face on a daily basis.
Now, in terms of stuff like what we do and what most starting out YouTubers do, no one's making any money, so no one really cares.
Right.
yeah.
Normally, depending on the content, it is covered under, I forgot what it is, but it's essentially, because of your creative uses of the content, you are fine. I forgot what specific code law thing it is, but
I think it's
that's
something
essentially-
like Creative Commons or something like that, I'm wanting to say.
Yeah, it's something like that, but that's what it is. Now, gray zone. Normally, companies don't care, because even if you do make money, it's not enough for them to worry about. So let's say you're someone on DeviantArt who does commissions, and somebody commissions you to do, like, Spider-Man. Does Marvel care that you're doing a commission of artwork of Spider-Man? No, because you're not making big money. Another example, and this is one that is definitely one to ponder. Third-party transformers. They are very much copyright infringing, because while they are not the same name, and they are not technically the same robot, same toy that Hasbro has released way back in the day, they are very much designed after said transformer. So, does that give Hasbro the right to go after these companies? Maybe, but do they want to, is the question. And so far, Hasbro has never made a move against third-party companies. Ever. And to be fair, Hasbro could totally take them on and probably win.
Yeah.
But then you get into the whole PR thing, and you get that whole situation, which we're not really trying to focus on. What we're focusing on is companies sometimes don't want to deal with that. They just let it slide. Sometimes companies will take notice. For instance, you brought up how Toei should be the ones that should be the ones that go after these developers for Chroma Squad, correct?
Right.
Have I ever told you that they actually told Team Nihon to take down one of their subs?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Toei actually contacted TV Nihon way back in the day to take down their subs of Kamen Rider the First, their subs of that movie. Now, why would they do this? Because the Kamen Rider the First got a U.S. release.
So it was taking money away from them.
Right. Whereas everything else they produce is only ever released in Japan. The DVDs have no English subs. They come out days after the episode airs and are not exactly the most easily accessible things. In contrast to actually just watching the damn show on the TV.
Yeah.
So why would they care? And in fact, it benefits them because
I'll be
we,
back.
the English-speaking audience, can still buy the toys, which is what really brings the money for Toei. So, in fact, it works out in their favor. Really roundabout way of looking at things.
Right.
So, that's where this gray zone is. Technically, Saban is in the right. He could probably go after Chroma Squad and try to get royalties off the game, and probably be in the right for it. Although technically the independent studio is possibly in the right as well, because they are trying to do their own thing, and it's just inspired by those those spandex heroes who fought monsters on a weekly basis.
Doesn't really matter. I mean,
Damn it,
So-
Locke, I so wish you'd fucking figure out how to mute your damn mic.
what?
Welcome to the gray zone, folks. I can't, like, bash Saban upside the head and like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you being a jerk? Because I'm like, technically he's right.
I'm not saying he's in the wrong.
No.
I just kind of feel like, really, as far as the suits go, they're not his.
Uh-huh.
So, he shouldn't be the first one to go after them. Should he be in line to go after them? Yeah. But he really should not be the first one to go after them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not his design. He did not design those suits. He did not design those monsters. To me, I really don't feel like he has a leg to stand on by himself. Now, I mean, if Toei done contacted them and said, hey, you're going to have to give us some or we're not going to let you do it, then yeah, I could completely see Saban being like, yeah, same here. But,
And we're just going to
yeah.
just to pull something from my Twitter. More things to add to the gray zone when it comes to subtitles. Shout Factory, they're the ones who do the DVD releases for Power Rangers. They recently did the big collection of all the Power Ranger seasons up until Megaforce, I want to say, in one big box set. Guess what they just announced that they're doing?
What?
Zoo Ranger, the show Mighty Morphin was adapted from. Considering this was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, it's going to assume that they're going to be doing official releases of Zoo Ranger. DVD Nihon already has the entire show subbed.
Oh boy. They're going to be requested to take all that down.
Mm-hmm.
And then there goes all that work that they did on it.
To be fair, I think that's like a few years old.
Yeah, but
But,
still, I mean...
But let me put this idea out there. What do you think they're going to do if Zoo Ranger is successful?
What?
If the Zoo Ranger DVDs are successful, what do you think Toei is going to want the Shout Factory to do next?
Work on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
which would slowly cripple the sub community.
Mm-hmm.
To a point.
Yes.
It'd cripple
They-
anything old.
Yes.
Anything
Which-
current, they'd still be able to do.
Which, to be fair, a lot of old Sentai shows aren't subbed. At least not a lot of the old ones that are adapted. They got adapted. The ones I know of offhand that I've watched, Deca Ranger, which was SPD, is adapted, is sub fully. Bokenger, Operation Overdrive is sub fully. Go Onger, aka RPM's adapted sub fully. Magic Ranger, aka Mystic Forces, subbed fully. I think anything up from there's subbed fully. I think Abba Ranger, aka Dino Thunder, is as well. But Zeo, I don't think is not Zeo. O Ranger, Zeo isn't. Turbo, aka Car Ranger, isn't. I know Hurricaneer, aka Ninja Storm, isn't, as far as I'm aware. So a lot of the adapted shows aren't fully subbed. So that would actually be a breath of fresh air for a lot of us, because it'd be your first chance to watch the whole show. Because a lot of groups haven't touched those shows at all.
My thing would be, if this goes well, would Toei be more along the lines of pushing them to do the stuff these subgroups haven't done yet? Or towards just going in chronological order?
I would think their first stop might be chronological, because like I said, I think it's only after a certain show are they all subbed. I think like
Why did y'all mute me?
Because you got up, left again without muting your mic.
I figured that y'all couldn't hear me though.
no, we heard you.
Every bit of it.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I didn't know my mic was that high level.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think in shows in order and try to figure out what's the last show I know of that's not subbed. No Keki Ranger is... Damn it. What's the show before Jungle Fury? I'm blanking.
I don't know.
I don't
Help me
either.
out. Damn it.
You got me. You got me on this one. Before Jungle Fury?
Yes. That would help.
Wasn't that the one with... No, it wasn't. Never mind.
No, that's Operation Overdrive. Okay. I want to say Dino Thunder Up, they're all subbed. Actually, I know for certain that Up is all subbed. Hurricane Ranger, I don't think Gal Ranger is. I think Overtime is currently working on Time Ranger. I don't think Time Ranger is fully subbed. Neither is Go-Go 5. I think Giga Man might. I think Mega Ranger might be. Car Ranger, O Ranger aren't. I think Kaka Ranger's fully subbed, which I don't know if they would actually sub that, because we only used like part of that for Alien Rangers, I think. We only use like bits and pieces of that. I know for sure they'll probably skip Die Ranger, which that is fully subbed as far as I'm aware. Which is where we got the White Ranger suit from, and the Season 2 Zords, the Thunder Zords. But yeah, I wouldn't think they would touch anything older than Zoo Ranger, which I think only like 2, maybe 3 shows out of that are subbed. Like Jetman, Liveman, I know are subbed. I don't know about anything else. I know a lot of that older stuff isn't, like, at all. Like if it's subbed, it may be like a few episodes at best, like Hurricaneer. Because it's like maybe like the first 5 episodes are subbed, and that's it. So that's a bit of an odd situation. I don't know if they'd actually move into Rider, which would be the bigger question, because a lot of Rider is subbed.
Yeah.
Like every Heisei show is fully subbed. The last 3.
And some of the Showa.
Yeah, I was
that's what
gonna
get
say.
into.
I know you said some of the show. guys.
Amazon's fully subbed. Stronger's close to being fully subbed.
I know for a
Black
fact
is-
that Amazon is fully subbed.
Thank you, Black. Black is fully subbed. Black RX is not, as far as I'm aware. Shin, Zeno, and Jay, all three of their movies are subbed. I actually have them. I haven't watched the Shin or Jay. But a lot of the other shows aren't. To like any reasonable length, they may have like a handful of episodes that are subbed. Like I wouldn't say no higher than 20 episodes per show. From that era, for a lot of them. Whereas the Heisei era is completely subbed, up to Gaim.
Up to current.
I mean in good quality, because Agito got redone in a good quality that in subs you didn't have to pay for. By the way, someone did actually charge for subs for Agito, and they were terrible.
Wow.
They charged for crappy subs.
Yes. Yes, they were terrible.
That's funny. I'm sorry, but that's funny.
But once again, you have that gray zone of, while yes, the sub community not make money off this, they do get donations to have their servers up. They do get recognized for this work and get work for other projects. Just gonna point that one out. So that still falls under the whole copyright infringement, because technically you don't have to make money to still be infringing on copyright. If you gain anything out of it, you are still law. Technically speaking. So yeah, that it's a really weird situation that if you're around the internet long enough, you essentially live in this zone. You've experienced it for quite some time, and I'll be honest, if you are surprised by this, you don't really know the internet you live in. Just going to say it. If you are shocked by this, don't be. Like, don't be at all. Oh, and also as another quick note on that subs, I forgot about this. Factory things. Saban has to okay anything related to Power Rangers, and that includes Sentai stuff. Because once more, he has English distribution rights. Like, he is the for English writer or Sentai stuff, so Saban has to okay it. Which has led to many a frustration, trust me.
Yeah.
Anyway. Any other thoughts on this whole big conversation on gray zone whatnot stuff?
No. Besides the fact that
I
we
know it's-
probably should have used this as a big topic.
I know. I'm thinking we might just cover this whole gray zone thing in a big topic one day. I know another thing that I heard about in the stream. I might do as might schedule for a big topic, because it's kind of a big thing, especially for us. But it will require a lot of reading up personally from me, because I'm not as well versed in it as I need to be. That is the whole net neutrality situation, but yeah, I'm not gonna touch that with a pole. I'm gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole until I know way more than I know right now, because I don't know enough to have a decent conversation about it.
But
Alright.
anyway, moving on.
Heavy conversation out of the way. Time for lighter things.
Literally.
And one of the biggest nada shit Sherlock moments I've ever read. The Xbox One is indeed selling better without Kinect.
Nah, really?
Let's see. You have a $100 price cut on top of dropping a peripheral that barely anyone uses.
And everyone is scared to death of still.
Yeah.
Because the Kinect is always on, and it's always watching you. Always.
Like,
You mean
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This was one of the biggest nod does I've read. I'm like, seriously? Like, no. Is anyone shocked by this, or are we just putting this out there because, yes, this is a thing?
I don't think anyone is shocked by this. I mean, Kinect was kind of crappy. I mean, really, think about the only good things that came out of Kinect. Really, the only decent thing that came out of Kinect that I can think of is freaking Dance Central. And that's because I enjoy looking stupid.
They're coming out with a Ninja Turtles game for Kinect.
The what?
Oh, you're fucking
They're coming out
kidding
with...
me.
No, I'm not.
They're coming out with a what?
Ninja Turtles game.
Oh, yeah, the training thing. Yeah, it's based off of the movie. The new movie that's going to be coming out. Yeah.
In all seriousness, the most enjoyable thing that I have seen, well, the two most enjoyable things I've seen as far as Kinect goes, is the sports stuff and that Kinect Adventures.
Yeah. And guess who makes those games? Rare.
Yeah, I was gonna say, ain't it rare?
Yep. Rare makes them.
Yeah. About the only thing Rare's done in years.
Not of their fault, mind you, as we've talked about on the show.
Yeah.
Microsoft has kind of forced them into that position because they refuse to greenlight anything else. I forgot what episode we covered that on, but yeah, we've covered it on this show. Where if you want to bitch about Rare not doing anything, bitch to Microsoft because they refuse to let them do anything else. Because they have had ideas for other stuff, it's just nothing has gotten greenlighted or gotten out the door really.
Nintendo just needs to buy Rare back.
Wasn't Rare just an independent studio?
Yeah.
I don't think Nintendo actually owned them.
Yeah, it was just an independent, but still, I mean...
They had a good working relationship. And by good, I mean Rare produced some of the best games on the N64.
Yeah.
Gonna put that one out there.
Wasn't Rare the ones behind the GoldenEye game for the 64 too?
Yes, they were behind GoldenEye. They were behind Perfect Dark, two of the first major first-person shooters on consoles.
Yeah.
They did the Banjo-Kazooie series. They're responsible for Killer Instinct, which, by the way, they haven't gotten touched that franchise. Double Helix has been the one doing it, not Rare. Shocking, a franchise Rare started, they don't get touch.
It's just a case of Microsoft has literally butt-fucked them so hard it's pathetic.
They did the launch title Cameo for the 360, which I forgot how well that got received. But that was their first game under Microsoft Studios. And they haven't done anything since.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah. And I don't think Cameo was half bad. It was just a launch title, so it got a bit on the rush side.
And it got a bit on the no one really cared side.
Yeah. I want to say that's it, but I think I'm missing something.
But yeah, Nintendo really needs Rare back because, I mean, they would have done far better for what Nintendo's pushing right now.
Let's see. Battletoads. That's another one. The Donkey Kong Country games. Can't forget them. Jet Force Gemini. Did Kong Racing.
Didn't they even do the Donkey Kong 64?
Yep, they did Donkey Kong 64.
That's what I was thinking.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day. They did the Viva Pinata series. They have a cavalcade of titles, both licensed and original. They've done WWE games.
But yeah, I mean, and now they're stuck with dealing with the Kinect. That now that Microsoft's realized that they don't need the Kinect to sell a console, I have a feeling that's going to get swept right back up and under that rug.
Yeah, maybe Rare will get a second chance at something. Because now it'd be
Either
like,
that or
okay,
Rare will just die out altogether.
which will be a sad day. A very sad day. Although I think a lot of the original people from Rare have long since left the company.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Like long before the buyout happened.
That would not surprise me a bit.
Yeah. It'll be like when LucasArts goes. It'll be like when LucasArts went down. There'll be a lot of sadness from everyone because there'll be fond memories of that company. Although, yeah, how they did recently. Because LucasArts didn't fare well recently. But everyone remembers the good old days.
Yeah.
So yeah. Just to say the numbers here. Essentially, apparently since June with the new offer, sales have more than doubled compared to sales in May, and solid growth in 360 sales. Internal data based on retail calendar and solid through numbers. NPD numbers will come out to probably confirm this. And the article goes on to go like, well, PlayStation 4 will probably outsell the Xbox One again. Although, I think they've been pretty even recently. Like, we've covered an article that kind of showed that they were kind of even if you kind of ignore outstanding circumstances.
Yeah.
Alright. Any other thoughts on the biggest non-dub we've ever covered on the show?
Nope.
No.
Alright. I remember this one. I read up on this one.
Yeah,
When I
I heard
first
about
saw
this
it.
too.
Alright.
I
Riot
thought
Games.
this was kind of an out there one, which is why it got in here.
Yeah, Riot Games deactivating League of Legends skin codes to fight scammers. After third-party sites scale skins for as much as $1,000, Riot puts its foot down, saying, "Enough is enough. You're done making money off our game." Gets back to that whole copyright infringement thing. Although this is a little bit more literal.
Yeah, this one is not just a copyright infringement concept. This is what the
We are
fuck
literally
are
making
these
money off of
people
your
doing?
We are literally making money off your fan base. Literally.
Well, I read this one actually, and oh my God, I understand completely why Riot said enough's enough.
Yes. Let's see. Third-party sites in question promise players limited edition skins, but in reality, the codes they're selling are acquired illegitimately and exploit players. They charge excessive price. We found one skin for over $1,000. I'm kind of curious what that skin would be.
I am too.
Because to be fair, a part of me really wants that Pack Silver skin. Like, seriously, I want that Pack Silver skin. Someone hook me up with a code, damn it. I ain't buying it, but just hook me up with a code if you got one.
Well, codes are technically completely gone by now.
I know.
Have been for 2 days.
Just hook me up with the code so I can stare at the code and be like, yes, I own a Pack Silver skin. I just can't do shit with it. I own the card that is as good as it'll get. Anyway. Let's see. And sometimes take payment and never provide the content, Wright said in a post to the game's official forums. You can't predict the outcome, and no purchase is ever guaranteed regardless of what the seller says. To make matters worse, these services typically use bots. bots are lame to play with, and chew up additional server bandwidth, negatively impacting everyone. In addition to deactivating codes, Riot says it recommended to multiple payment processes to not process fraudulent payments from these sites. To have a legitimate skin code, you have until July 23rd, which is already passed. To send a request to play support along with proof of ownership, and Riot will redeem the code for you. Riot will not retroactively remove content redeemed prior to its announcement, but after that deadline, it will no longer redeem codes for any reason. Except maybe Riot points, I think. Which will probably be the only thing it redeems.
Yeah. This is more for the skin codes.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Not one bit.
If a site is
$1,000
Yeah.
for a skin.
The skin,
People want,
And
there
that's
are no
assuming
skins.
and that's assuming that you actually get the skin code.
yes.
You could
There are no
legitimately give $1,000 to someone for nothing.
There are no skins on Riot's site that are over $12.
The skins they're talking about here are the pack skins, the triumphant skins, the skins that like the howling the event skins, the skins that you don't have normal access to, that you have to be at an event for, that you have to buy at a certain time. Those skins is what we're talking about here.
Okay.
So like Pack Silver, like I was just talking about, Pax Jax, Riot, Nasus, Snowstorm Silver, just to name some off the top of my head. Probably the Kali skin I have from back in Season 2.
The Triumphant Rise skin that they give away with the tournaments.
Yeah. Probably in the Victoria skins that you get for having gold rank and having gold in rank each of the season. Those skins is what we're talking about here. Which, by the way, I'm checking eBay right now to see if skins are being sold. They don't seem to be, but you know what is?
What?
Accounts. I like the first for you listings are accounts, and guess what the top one is at $1,000?
What?
For an account that has 493 skins, flat every rune page.
Holy crap.
This is for an account.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
At about $280, somebody is selling the opportunity to design your unique custom champion action figure with any off of any skin. I'm seeing that quite a bit. Which, to be honest, I'm surprised League hasn't gotten a toy deal yet. Like, seriously, right, get on that. Like, hook up with somebody, please. I love to see some of the League of Legends champions in toy form at any scale. Preferably 6-inch, so it'll go well with my Rider stuff. Just saying. Doesn't look like skins are really being sold, but it just looks like the counts are being sold. Oh wait, nope. A King Rammus skin is being sold for about $400 by it now, $200 on bidding. So people are still trying to make money.
Wow.
And that is, you had to be in the beta for League of Legends to get that skin. Like, way back in the day. You had to be in the beta to get that skin.
Dang.
And that's the Bowser Rammus skin.
Oh, that skin.
Yeah.
There are very, 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 very few people with that skin.
I wouldn't be surprised. you had to have been around since the heyday of League. How many people are still around since then?
Yeah.
Hell, I'm not one of those people. I've only been around since like maybe season 2 of League.
And we're in season 4?
I believe so.
Yeah, I thought so.
Actually, maybe 5, because the Victorious Elite skin is for 4, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I completely understand this. I completely understand Riot getting fed up with this bullshit and going, fuck you guys. You are not robbing our fan base anymore.
Yeah, I'm with them on this one.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Like, you're not robbing our fan base anymore. Which, to be fair, they also want to cut out all that money that's being made off this bullshit.
Why does it say that we're playing Kamen Rider Bat Ride War on the stream?
Because I put up random games we're playing while we're doing the show.
Okay.
Because it's a thing I do.
And he streamed Battle Ride War 2 yesterday.
For about an hour before I stopped because I was tired and I was not up to streaming, apparently.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I understand this. I understand them going, we're sick of all this money that's going to things, and to be fair, we can make this money, but we're not going to, because none of these skins that they're selling on for all this, like, bajillions of dollars, we're ever going to sell to begin with. Like, they're never going to sell the PAX Silver skin, because it was for people who went to PAX that year. That's the point of the skin. That's why they only open up the Legacy vault every once in a while to sell the skins that are in the vault there. So yeah, good on you, Riot, for calling people out on the bullshit and doing right by the fans.
Yep.
But we still blame you for the delay, but good on you for at least making it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other thoughts before we move on?
Nope.
Besides
Mostly because
opening the
this
next
is...
articles, not really, no.
Yeah, because I'm actually excited to hear this one.
Yes, just to intro it in as Tommy's opening up, we have a delay! Forward! Instead of backwards.
Yes.
Oh, wait. It's a delay? It's still considered a delay?
Well, it's a push up instead of a push back.
I
Yes.
just want to know if they would consider this a delay.
Oh.
I don't know.
The Evil Within, previously set to come out October 21st, will be coming out October 14th.
Wow,
Which-
that's a big jump.
Which, checking my calendar, is approximately a week.
Wow, that's a big jump.
We're talking about a jump from one Tuesday to the next. Literally.
That I can't believe they had the balls to jump that far ahead. Are they sure they're going to be ready?
I had enough of the snarkiness. Oh, that makes me curious. Why the hell are they making this delay? Let me check something real quick. Gonna be a bit on the...
Honestly, the only reason I put this one in is because how many times have we covered something coming out early?
Not many.
It's always, this game's been delayed for a year because of reasons, which we'll get to one that'll be like that later, but...
Alright. The week they're on, the day they're on, Evil Within will be competing with primarily the Borderlands, the pre-sequel. And some part of Walking Dead Season 2. I'm not sure which. And two other games I have no idea what are.
New part for Season 2 that they're doing.
Oh, I see why they moved.
What was on the 21st?
Battlefield Hardline and Evolve. Same day.
Which, we'll get to why one of those won't happen later, but...
Yeah.
Still, the other one, oh my god, yeah. I understand.
That's two big anticipated games to be competing with. So, yeah, we're going to move it up a week to avoid them at all costs. We don't mind competing with Borderlands the pre-sequel, because that's just one instead of two. Although, to be fair, they would probably, if you're saying what I think you're saying, they could probably compete with Evolve. If that's the one you're thinking, one you're saying.
It's in the article, so, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the following week is the new Assassin's Creed, which WWE 2K15 is coming out on that day, and I feel so sorry for that game.
Yeah, 2K15's gonna go down.
That's a terrible day to come out on. Why, yes. Wrestling game or Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed all the way.
Hell, it's co-op Assassin's Creed. That's even more reason to pick it up.
Yes, it is.
Alright. So, and that's kind of just shocking. I'm just like, huh, that's a rare one in the bunch. Although I've recently heard, based off people's opinions of the Dark Souls 2 DLC, Dark Souls 2 should have been delayed to implement this DLC in the game.
Really?
The one streamer said it as simply as this: the DLC is better than everything that's in Dark Souls 2.
Huh.
It is better than the game it is attached to. This one piece of DLC.
Huh.
Another review I saw, it very much gets away from the linearity that Dark Souls 2 is bad at, and really kind of makes you feel like you are lost in a maze of its level design on purpose, and it feels great.
So it essentially did everything that Dark Souls 2 did wrong. But,
Basically.
right.
Yes.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, especially for something that's not that long. I want to say it's around maybe 8 hours, maybe 10, depending on how much time you're in it. I know it's not too long. And it's got about 3 boss encounters. As far as 3 boss encounters I'm aware of. And I think that's it. Which, one of them seems like a kind of a scaled down boss encounter from the game. Another is a big old group fight. And the third is a brand new fight that looks pretty awesome. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah. That last boss encounter is a great way to end out on the DLC. About that. Oh. Alright. Any other thoughts on the delay before we move on?
No.
No.
Alright, next up, talking about Crash Bandicoot like we were earlier. Naughty Dog open to a new Crash Bandicoot, but the time may not be right. Between HD remasters, digital re-releases, and the like, ways to satisfy your nostalgia are not hard to come across these days. SCE President Andrew House recently offered hopes to fans who would like to see the company revive some of its older franchises, including Crash Bandicoot, a series created by Naughty Dog. The developer, now best known for Last of Us and Uncharted, a fantastic game and a fantastic series.
Yeah.
Can't call it a fantastic series yet, but they have not let go of the idea of, oh, we might do Last of Us 2, which, during that ending, that sequel will be delicious to dive into. Just saying.
Don't spoil. Don't spoil.
Given the studio's current focus on those types of games, you might expect the prospect of a new Crash from Naughty Dog to be completely dead. It's actually not the case, although there is a reason. There's a reason its focus has been elsewhere lately. It's never off the table. Not too much passing, but it's the same issues we explored with the Jax game. It is something that makes sense to us now. I mean, we still have people that worked on the Crash games in the studio. We never forget our past, and it's great for nostalgia reasons. It'd be the same reason why there isn't a Jax 4. I don't know if it's playing to our strengths right now.
So basically, they're worried they'll screw the game up.
Essentially, what I grasped.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Essentially, what I grasped of it, and there again, I did kind of look through the whole article. So,
Yeah.
Essentially, what they don't want to do is they don't want to take one of these big franchises that hit big back PS2 era, come out with a game under the same kind of titling, but really doesn't focus towards what the game was. They want to kind of keep the game playing the same while bringing it to the current gen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What I'm kind of getting is it's just like we're kind of got our focus elsewhere with what we're doing now, and it's like, we can always do it, but if we're gonna do it, we're gonna have to sit down and do it, and really get back to our roots in a certain sense of the word.
I
in order
swear
for it to happen.
I swear.
From the way I'm grasping it, I think it's more of a case of, you look, Last of Us and Uncharted are both shooters.
Third-person shooters.
But they're shooters.
Yes.
We know Naughty Dog's fine with third person. They always have been. But I have a bad feeling what they're afraid that they're going to fall victim of is, okay, we've got a Crash Bandicoot game, let's give him a gun. And then that will be a screw-up.
Yeah.
It's one of those, they've got to be able to make it a Crash Bandicoot game and still show their improvements. And that's where they're finding the hard leveling there.
I swear the way you said it, the way you said the quotes, I swear to me it sounded like they wanted to get back to it, but they were afraid they would ruin the franchise if they did.
Well, that's always a possibility with something that essentially kind of made your studio.
Yeah.
Like Crash Bandicoot and Jax made Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
They put them on the map.
They became popular because of that.
Yeah. That's why Naughty Dog will always be associated with Insomniac and Sucker Punch. Because they are part of that trinity of PS2 era platformers that were widely successful. And it's also kind of funny that all three studios went on to do more mature rated titles.
They were done with their childhood days.
I just thought it funny, like, all at the same time, all for the PS3. They each went with a more mature title, and they all went in different directions.
They grew up.
Well, I just mean the diversity there, really. It was, like, Sucker Punch went with third-person superhero action game. Naughty Dog went third-person shooter action game. And Insomniac went first-person shooter with Resistance. Like, they all took a different route, and they all, did something different, which part of me wonders if that was on purpose.
It might have been.
Yeah. I want to say these three studios, like, know each other by name. Like, I know Insomniac and Naughty Dog know each other by name because they worked next door to each other during the PS2 era. Their studios were right next door. Sucker Punch, I believe, puts in references to Ratchet & Clank and Jak and Daxter 2. So all three studios, I believe, are in touch with each other. So they might have knew what all three of them were doing
and
when they were developing
to all go different routes.
Yeah.
Something else that could cause problems as far as a new Crash Bandicoot coming anytime soon, and the article goes on to mention it farther down. Right now, the Crash series is owned by Activision.
That's a bit of a hiccup.
Yeah. Sony does not have the rights to it as it currently stands.
Let alone Naughty Dog.
So
it's like,
first step in that would even be to get it back.
Yeah, and I believe Naughty Dog even who developed Spyro?
I'm thinking it
Don't
was
wanna say-
Naughty Dog too.
Let me check because I want to say it was.
Spyro was one of those I was fine with it, but I wasn't a big fan of it.
No, Insomniac was the ones who made Spyro.
Ah,
And Spyro is currently owned by Activision, and Spyro has since become Skylanders, so there is no way in hell Insomniac's getting Spyro back.
no. Well, they
Not
might get
unless they-
Spyro as a character back.
Yeah, but they are not touching Skylanders at all. Activision's going to hold that thing on for dear life because, oh god, the money that franchise makes them.
Because I think back a few episodes when we last talked about Skylanders, you made the comment about they kind of broke away from Spyro.
Yeah,
So,
That saddens me because Spyro was amazing.
well, okay, you got to look. Everything that Spyro could do had been exploited time after time after time.
and Skylanders was something completely different. And the only reason it had Spyro on it is because Spyro was a recognizable name. And Skylanders kind of became its own thing, which in a way is a good thing because Spyro was able to give birth to a brand new franchise. And I'll be honest, when I look at Skylanders, I see good things.
Yeah, that was literally a way that Activision gave birth by fire.
Yeah.
Just making the pun there.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's sad that Spyro is a whole lot less focused than Skylanders, but Activision got a golden egg out of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they oh, we're gonna let go of Spyro. We're not worried about Spyro anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if they're happy to let Spyro go because he's gotten less and less focus over the games.
Yeah,
Like he's
they've
only
been focusing more on the other Skylanders and the new ones than they have Spyro. So,
like I said, Skylanders is its own thing now.
I could completely see someone winding up with Spyro as a character. They would not get any rights to Skylanders at all.
Ooh.
But I could see the rest of Spyro's series being able to go to someone else.
Unless somehow Spyro's copyright is entwined with Skylanders, and then, yeah, Spyro is, dead as a franchise.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. Spyro's dead as a franchise if it is entwined with the Skylanders copyright.
Or if
'Cause if
Activision never lets it go.
Yeah, because it's not going to happen. Spyro will just be a Skylander to them. And he'll be a part of that franchise, and he will be nothing more. Unless they decide to do something else with Skylanders, which I doubt they'll do, because the system they've got works, and it makes them money. Wait, no, scratch that. It prints them money.
Now,
And it's an original idea, well, to an extent.
now as far as Crash goes, the last title was a mobile game back in 2010. So here we are 4 years after that. Nothing has been made within that time. It's possible Naughty Dog might get it back.
Yeah.
If they went to Activision and said, hey, we've got a good idea, I could see a Naughty Dog Activision team up.
Yeah. Although I would...
I just don't know if it'd happen.
Although that same idea might work for Insomniac. They might have the clout enough to be like, can we borrow Spyro back? Can we get Spyro back to do a game? Because they're a trusting enough studio. They have plenty of games under their belt. Plenty of great games under their belt.
My
So they might-
only problem with either of those, what does Activision love to do? Multi-platform.
Yeah.
What would both Naughty Dog and Insomniac not want to do? Multi-platform.
To be fair, Insomniac has been getting more and more multi-platform. Remember,
Yeah,
oh,
but
what was it?
a franchise like Spyro or Crash,
Yeah.
I don't see them wanting to go multi-platform with that.
Especially when Sony has like if Sony has 2 words in this, and it's like, no, 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 you are not putting this on our competitor's platform. And by
Well,
competitors, we
actually-
mean Microsoft's.
Well, actually, Sony can't say a freaking word about Crash anymore because they sold the rights to Crash.
But they will probably want 2 words into this because
Oh, they'll want 2 words,
Sony
but
won't
they can't
have-
have 2 words.
Sony won't have any word over what happens to Crash.
Yeah.
But if Naughty Dog's got a hand in it, Sony can have a hand in what Naughty Dog does.
Yeah, because I want to say Naughty Dog's under Sony. in
If
terms
I'm
of
not
ownership.
mistaken, it is.
And so is Insomniac, I believe. Unless they're an independent studio now.
If I'm not mistaken, they both still are.
Yeah.
Then how is Insomniac making an
Or-
Xbox?
No. No, if Insomniac's making cross-platform now, then no.
They
wouldn't
aren't
be.
making
They'd
cross-platform.
have to be independent.
But
They
they
are-
did. They made Fuse.
But Naughty
Fuse was
Dog,
multi-platform.
Oh, yeah.
but
But I
Naughty
mean,
Dog hasn't.
Insomniac...
Yeah. Yeah, Naughty Dog hasn't at all.
Insomniac is making Sunset Overdrive, which is an Xbox One exclusive.
That's true, too.
I
So they're-
think we would
So
come.
they're officially an independent studio.
I think we would come farther seeing a new Spyro game coming than we would a Crash, as far as partnering with Activision goes.
Yeah. Yeah, because Insomniac may be getting that clout of like, yes, we could do what we want, and well, we could spare a few $1 million to buy Spyro off you. If it's not like intertwined in the Skylanders copyright, like I said, because
Yeah.
I totally expect it to be intertwined with the Skylanders copyright, where you can't really separate it at this point. If they do, they would have to not make another Spyro figure and possibly cut out Spyro from any additional game unless that was somehow worked out in the rights deal. And yeah,
That's why I said I think I could understand
confusing copyright.
Insomniac getting the rights to using Spyro as a character.
True.
I don't think they would be able to have a hand in getting the series back, but possibly get him back as a character.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I would like to see a Crash game, but if Activision's holding Crash, even if Naughty Dog partnered with Activision, there's a chance that Sony would probably shut it down. Because Activision loves doing cross-platform.
Yeah.
And Naughty Dog has always been Sony loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Even
It's a
if
troubling situation
even
all
if
around.
Naughty Dog was on their own, I would still feel like that'd be a big conflict there.
Yeah.
Because you look, Naughty Dog's always made for Sony. I don't think they've ever stepped out of Sony's door. So that would be something that even if they were on their own, it'd be one of those, I just don't see them doing it.
Yeah, it's a troubling situation nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Maybe we should move on
I
to our
think we
last
should.
article for the night. Bit of a short one then on essentially Battlefield Hardline is going to be delayed to until early 2015, whereas the fifth and final DLC for Battlefield 4 Final Stand has been pushed back as well. It will be coming out sometime around Q3, which is about October 1st through December 31st. So right around that Christmas holiday season that a lot of big stuff comes out around.
Yeah, because it's actually EA's fiscal Q3.
Yeah. So Hardline is pushed back. I'm gonna assume due to the big response they got from the beta, because I know they released like a big. Here's a bunch of things we learned from the beta.
Yeah,
Article.
they said that one was a lot because they had. It says here in the article 1.7 million players were in the beta between PC and PS4.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. And one of the things that I noticed in the article was they were saying that the way it played was more like a military shooter, like the rest of the Battlefields have been, as opposed to a cops and robbers, which was what they were aiming for. So I have to think that part of that is one of those where what we covered about EA listening to the players might actually have been true.
Yeah. Now, I wonder.
I kind of wonder now if they're going to run another beta after they work out some stuff and it be even better or what.
Possible. Because really the beta was kind of a big E3 thing. Because it was only like one map and that was about it.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do a actual proper beta.
I'd even be fine if they threw in another map.
Yeah. But I think what we got was just a glorified E3 demo that we all got to play.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And I legitimately... I'm pretty sure we even said this while we were playing, but I felt like it was playing like Battlefield 3.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was its own game. Like it was intended to be.
And just so people have a perspective, well, just to see our perspective, we were recently playing Battlefield 3 before we got into the beta because Battlefield 3 went for free on Origin, as my phone goes crazy. As all the things are happening on my phone at the moment. Although I don't think ever to mute the damn thing while we're doing this.
I don't know why I never think to mute mine either, but yeah.
So we were like just coming fresh off Battlefield 3 in the Hardline. And I think I may be the only one who's played Battlefield 4. Clock, have you played Battlefield 4? Clock?
I don't think he's here at the moment.
No, he's not. He's got all his stuff muted, so he walked away. But I've played a little Battlefield 4 on the PlayStation 4 because my uncle has one and he has Battlefield 4, and I get to play pretty much that opening level that we saw that one trailer was about, and that was about it. On top of a little bit more, and I'll be honest, Hardline did play like that on top of 3. Maybe more so 4, but I don't know. That's a tough call. I had more experience with 3 than 4 at that point when we played the beta. But
I do understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
The cops and robbers fiction really was not shining. And right here, the quote. It was saying like that. And then it goes on to say about asking about if it was playing like a military game, even though it should be a cops and robbers game.
Yeah. What I do kind of wonder how much of that might be the fan base.
I feel like it was the truth.
Yeah.
It felt like you had 2 different squads going after an objective.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like, okay, here's a good example. It did not really feel like Payday. Where you kind of had that robber aspect.
Yeah, now that you mention that, no, it does not. Although...
And I mean, I understand that game probably goes a lot farther than Battlefield Hardline was aiming for.
Yes, especially the recent DLC, because they are really getting into the whole planning your entry and escape.
But still, I mean,
DLC has done that. Yeah,
that's one of those. I feel like it should at least have stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
It should have a tangible objective that the robbers are going for. And that once the robbers initiate a certain thing, that's when the cops side's able to start coming in and trying to stop them.
Yeah.
Not,
That's
okay, here's your objectives. The robbers have to do this, the cops have to defend.
yeah. That's a little hard to do when you're trying to do it on a multiplayer scale, because with Payday, it is a co-op game from the robber's perspective. There's no multiplayer thing there.
Right.
So I guess it's hard to figure that out because, how long do you delay the cops? How long do the cops have to sit there in the lobby and watch the robbers do stuff before they get to play the game? So you have that.
So that's when you could set it up. That's where you could set it up, where you could come up with a slow movement time to get the initial thing started, and then a quick movement time, and then come up with some kind of an average time between that.
Yeah.
Like if it takes anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes, then set it up at a minute and a half, whether they've started or not, then the cops start.
Yeah.
That
And
way, you've got that short span there that's the make or break point of the game.
Yeah. You've also got this idea with Payday 2 to where you can stealth a mission and not have the cops alerted, so how do you play that idea into multiplayer, into something? Or do you do a single player where you have the option of doing missions like loud or silent?
Something like that, I think, would benefit more single player side, though.
Yeah.
Because the whole purpose of the multiplayer is to get as loud as possible and to have fun.
Yeah. Which single player with Hardline, with its concept, would be really cool.
Yeah. That's
Like, to be fair, it would be starting to eat towards Payday, but scale-wise, Payday's not like super big like Battlefield is. It's a lot more like smaller scale, in a sense.
I mean, I
Like,
can
you'll have, like, a
understand
big-
they wouldn't want to duplicate what Payday's done,
No.
but they should be able to look at that game and be like, okay, they did some cool stuff with the robber's perspective.
Yeah.
What can we do to not only work off of that stuff, but combine that with the cops and robbers setup that we're wanting?
Yeah. Which they could take an idea with the cops from Payday 2 and have there be different cops or different kinds of cops.
And do
Like,
them
you
as
have your-
classes.
Yeah. Because you have your normal uniforms, then you've got like hostage rescue, then you have like your bigger armored guys, and they all have varying degrees of hurt.
Yes.
Then you have like bulldozers, which are like the full-on like blast suit guys walking in there with shotguns.
Blasting the ever-loving fuck out of you.
You've got I forgot the name, but they're these stealth units that get in there quick and knock somebody down, and kind of ensure that they get like arrested very quickly. What else? There's another one, I think.
The tasers.
Yeah, tasers, which are mainly focused on like tasing a unit, and they eventually get put down and put in jail. But you have the chance, the tase guy has a chance to shoot the taser and get him off of him, or somebody else can help him. I think that's it in terms of like different units. Oh, and there's snipers as well.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so much that they could learn from a game like Payday, and I think bring out the cops and robbers mentality that they're wanting in Hardline.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like this was gonna be another. We're gonna come out with a yearly title and have Battlefield slapped on it. And then when they realize that, wait, it's playing like our military ones, not like a different game like we were wanting it to. That was the point where they were like, okay, let's stop, let's try this again.
Yeah.
Honestly, right now, I've got some respect for EA for simply realizing that they almost screwed up.
Yeah. Maybe this is a part of their whole initiative that we've been talking about. They are trying to be a better company. They are trying to be a company that listens to the fans, that's customer first.
If only they would fix Origin.
Hey, they were giving away Sims 2 for free. If you already bought it, you just got to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, some people accidentally got the Ultimate Edition, but it was really meant to be, if you bought Sims 2 at any point, or you registered Sims 2 on your Origin account, you got a free upgrade to the Ultimate Edition. Because they were going to discontinue service to Sims 2.
Wow.
So, technically, Sims 2 wasn't for free, as I was telling you last night. Disappointing, I know, because you totally would want to see my idea. I don't know how Glock would react to it, but...
He's not here to find out either.
Well, he unmuted...
Sorry.
There he is.
React to what?
I was talking to Tommy last night about Sims 2 being given out for free, but that's technically not the case.
Huh?
If you registered Sims 2 on your Origin account, you got a free upgrade to the Ultimate Edition of Sims 2 because they were discontinuing the service for Sims 2. So that's why. And
Interesting.
I told Tommy last night that because I didn't know that case, it's like, I'm going to get Sims 2 and I'm going to put the three of us in a house and see what the hell happens.
Huh. Okay, then.
I figured, screw it, why not? Everyone else does something like that. I'll try my hand at it, see what happens. To be honest, I think I'll get bored at some point and they'll end up killing all three of us.
Okay.
Probably, but...
Great.
But Glock, you've played Battlefield 4, right?
Yeah.
Extensively?
Not extensively. I play it every once in a while with my cousins at their house on their, I played it on their PS4.
How close did you think that felt to the Hardline beta? Although I think you had problems with the beta.
Yeah, I think he did have problems with the beta.
I never really got the chance to play the beta. It wouldn't load for me right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, from what you've seen of Hardline, how close do you think it felt to, it looked for? It was kind of feeling samey to me, although I don't have that much experience with 4, especially multiplayer end.
I don't know.
Yeah. All the evidence is stacking up that EA is starting to become less and less of the empire of the video game industry that everyone loves to make them out to be. They are becoming a better company.
Yeah.
I bet some people are like,
How dare you say that?
My God, hell has frozen over. Alright. Any other thoughts on Hardline getting delayed? Along with the final piece of DLC for 4?
No.
No.
Alright then. We shall close out our releases in quick draws. And first up on releases. I swear we have more releases on the weeks after we've covered them.
Yeah, we did.
I swear, we did not cover half that was there. Like, what the where was all that like 2 weeks before? What
Seriously.
Alright. Picking up on the 28th on PC, we have The Room. I swear to God, this is based off that piece of crap movie. that I know people love the poke fun at.
Which movie?
I forgot his name, but it's a foreign actor. It's a terrible movie that he directed and wrote, and it's called The Room. It is an absolutely terrible movie. I know some reviewers I've watched have covered it. It borderlines on the so bad it's good.
Oh, great.
So it's one of those movies. I forgot who stars it. I know CinemaSins has a video on that, along with Nostalgia Critic. Alright. On the 29th, we have Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds on the Vita. And I guess the arcade? Because that's the arcade box art?
Yeah, that's arcade box art.
The Xbox Live Arcade?
Yeah.
Also on the 29th, for PlayStation 4, even though it doesn't say it, The Last of Us Remastered.
And it's got the PS3 box art.
I know. Even though the PS4 box art does exist.
Oh, wow, game trailers.
So you get The Last of Us plus all the DLC with the game. And by all of it, I mean a lot of multiplayer and Left Behind. And that was it. Also on the 30th, we have Lineage 2 Earthia?
Yeah. Earthia.
Earthia? Okay. On the 31st, we have Ice Wings Plus on the iOS. And also on the 31st on the PC, Lovely Planet. Wonderful, obscure titles that we'll never talk about ever again.
Ever.
And finally, oh goody, a tie-in game! Yay! On August 5th on the 3DS, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I assume it's a tie-in for the movie.
It has to be.
Save your money, folks. It's probably not going to be good.
Well,
The
it's
movie
on the
probably won't be good
3DS.
either.
It's on the 3DS.
Yeah.
That is kind of putting it at a disadvantage. Usually movie tie-ins on handheld, that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Oh, we gotta. Okay, you have a point.
Yeah.
Also on the 5th, Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the PS3 and 360, and on the 8th, you can then get it on the PC.
Why? We don't know. It just says that.
Because we want to throw a bone to Steam. That's
I'll be
why.
back.
Looking over the next couple weeks, not much. Couple major things, but it's mostly the second week from the looks of things, with like one the first week, so. Looking a little bit farther ahead.
Even though I don't.
I figured, why not? Alright. Quick draws. Mine goes to one of the half a dozen things I could actually talk about on this show.
Yes.
Between Ruby Volume 2 premiere yesterday, between all the stuff that's coming out of San Diego Comic-Con from just the past 2 days alone, not to mention what the hell just came across my Twitter 20 minutes ago, that is about to rock every fanboy's world when it comes to Super Sentai. We got leaked scans of the toy catalog for Kamen Rider Drive, the next Rider show. Now, to be fair, Token Nation points out the fact that as of right now, even right now, these are unconfirmed by official sources. Although, if you look at these toy catalogs, and from my experience, if somebody faked this, they did a damn good job of it. And I'm going to applaud the man on the fact that he has fooled the internet, the collective internet, and made us all look like idiots.
But I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah.
What?
Angel said in the chat that Comic-Con is the single most dream-crushing dream to me. Thanks for the reminder. I'm sorry. All right. Essentially, this brought us a boatload of new information. Put out something that's making me go, okay, I wonder where this show's going now. And gave us plenty to chomp on until we get some actual confirmed information. So first up, the gimmick of the series will be the shift cars. Small vehicles that seem to be put into the brace, which you can see up above the belt and maybe one of the close-ups. Oh, that sucks. And it interacts with the belt, which has the stylized R on it from what I'm seeing. Shift cars. We have speed type, wild type, and tech type. Future shift car releases may lead to even more fighting types. On top of that, we have the handle sword and the door gun. A sword that comes out of a steering wheel, and a gun that looks like the door of a car. Well, welcome to Rider, folks. If you think this is ridiculous, you should see the current show. We have fruits dropping on riders' heads to become armor. Be honest, this doesn't look that ridiculous in comparison.
No, this actually looks a lot closer to a rider show than Kamen did.
Yes. On top of that, we got confirmation of the monsters of the show, the machine chasers. And apparently he uses the brick gun. And apparently he's the rival, not the monster, so that contradicts with other information I read, but yeah. We've got that. You can see various different shift cars. I'm probably not going to bother bringing up the article that lists all that stuff. On top of that, we have the gimmick line, which is the TK series, and you see TK 01, 03, 05, and 06 are actual figures, while 02 and 04 look to be some type of armament. And you also see a Gaim shift car and a drive lock seat just under TK 05. So yes, they're getting that drive lock seat in already.
Oh God.
And that's confirmed right now. That is what that page is looking forward to. So, all this information, all this stuff, and I just have to go, damn. We got this is a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of design-wise, the belt looks cool. The brace looks like the Tokuger brace. No surprise there. The sword and the gun look Like I don't know about you, but I'm a bit on that.
Well, I think they fit the motif of the show, though.
Right. It's just like
It's just, yeah. They're like,
I'm starting to think you should have switched the two, although you would start to get into go on your range there because they had a steering wheel that turned into a gun in that show. So that's probably why they swapped the two.
yeah.
This whole confirmation of what is essentially another rider who's using boats instead of cars makes me go, oh goody, we get a plane-themed rider. And you know what? Movie exclusive rider will be a spaceship one.
Oh, God.
And I'm just thinking, oh no.
And what about a train rider?
Yeah, because we already got Tokuger, might as well. No, it will be the movie exclusive form for the next for the next Tyson film. It'll be the sequel to Kamen Rider Tyson.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
What? You don't want drive and train form? Specifically the trains from Tokuger?
We already know it's gonna happen.
Aw.
We already know it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is like very exciting. Gets me very pondering, especially about the second writer that we're hearing about this early, and makes me go. I doubt we're going to get like the same numbers we got from Gaim in terms of writers, but we might be getting like a size comparable to Blade, where it's maybe like 4 to 5 writers at max throughout the entire run of the show, outside any type of movie exclusive form or movie exclusive writer. Bear in mind. So, yeah, this gets me excited. Like, I really like the look of that belt. That belt looks awesome. Brace, that belt looks cool, and I hope that that thing that's the stylized R is on is like has some type of image changing gimmick where the image changes depending on what the hell's going on it.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, it would. So many things out of this catalog. Just questions galore, and I am excited for Drive. Like, I am
back.
fully excited and ready, and you're just a time clock, because I was just about to get done with the Drive toy catalog and transition to Tommy's quick draw, which I'll do right now. What's your quick draw, Tommy?
Lovely transition. Anyhow, mine goes out to the redesign of the Steam controller.
Oh, that thingy. Okay.
That thingy. According to both SteamDB and a user on the Face Punch forums, they have found an image in the Steam client beta showing a controller like the one above. The last revision of the controller that was known had a D-pad where the analog stick is. So it looks like they're slowly trying to bring it back around to the current controller setups, even though that might not be a smart thing to do.
Well, you're talking about what you mean, like right under the LP, that icon, right where that is.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a reversing of a PlayStation controller's layout. If you're saying that, which sounds absolutely odd. I'm still trying to figure out why it has 3 buttons on the back on each side.
I'm guessing the LG and RG are kind of like the Z button used to be for the N64 controllers. Or Z trigger, I should say. How it was kind of in the back. So I'm assuming you would have like index finger, middle finger for trigger and bumper, and then the ring finger for the LG and RGs. Which, now that I'm thinking about that, God, that would have to be a big controller.
Kind of testing that out.
Holy shit.
That'd be an odd hold.
Yeah, that would. Of course, maybe not. Maybe not, because come to think about it, how I hold my Xbox controller, even that would function. Holy hell.
Yeah, no, because I definitely don't hold that. I just have index fingers up top on triggers, and everything else is back behind there, which you can probably still hit the buttons back there with those, with the middle fingers, but it
depends on what I'm doing for the game, because I can hold the controller both ways. Where I'm just using index fingers for triggers and bumpers, and then using, yeah.
Yeah, what you're saying with like a Z trigger, and that's what that is. That seems odd to split into 2 buttons and then have a left and right side, and That seems like
that's
two
how I
extra buttons
understand.
for like no reason.
That's how I understand, because I never ran across a image of the back of the controller, so I don't know exactly where they're placed, but you can tell that they are behind it, kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I would assume it would be like the old N64Z trigger.
Well, they could be like touchpads. That'd be
Well, yeah,
odd.
weren't they thinking about? Well, no. Because why would they call it LG and RG? That sounds like
No.
they'd be abbreviating for a grip,
True.
which
As
would be back there where you would grab the controller.
yeah, that's just that.
But that does seem like 2 extra buttons that you really don't need
Yeah.
What,
I mean,
the
you'd
2
think-
buttons on front?
on the back.
No, on the back.
Those are 2
Oh.
trackpads on the front.
Yeah. Like we're talking about like 2 buttons on the back.
Honestly
Hmm.
speaking, I thought the touchscreen idea was the best.
Yeah.
It might have been expensive as all get out, but I would have thought that would have been the best.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
yeah, this article is on the site in our news corner over at tgstgsr.org.
It'd be great if you could check us out.
Yeah. Just,
Feel free to hop in over there and either add images or weigh in your thoughts.
Yeah,
because this
this whole front layout is just like a reversing of the PlayStation, like the normal PlayStation controller, and I'm like, that's just odd. It's like doing kind of what the 360 does, with the 2 analog sticks kind of being on, having an analog stick up there, but you still have the analog stick down there. And
from what I understand, on the left side you can use the analog stick or the left pad. So to that I said that also seems odd. But there again, this image here, it's unclear whether it's just a design, if they're actually making prototypes of it, or if it's just Valve's way of saying, hey, we're going to send you an image and see what the fuck you do with it. I don't know. I know every time that they're changing this controller, it's really causing an uproar because people are like, okay, would you just give us a controller?
Have people not realized now that Valve is a picky bunch?
And they're picky amongst themselves.
They are not satisfied at all with their current product.
Which that's really making me think these Steam machines are not going to get too far. Because if Valve can't even nail down a controller, what makes them think that they're going to nail down these companies to make the Steam machines like they want?
Yeah, that would be a bit troublesome, if you will.
Because this is literally the 3rd, maybe the 4th redesign for it. I know it has to be the 3rd. It might be the 4th. I don't know. But yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I just want them to release it. Because I literally, at this point, would be fine with buying one simply just to say I've got one. I know that's bad to say, but yeah. But yeah, anyway. Be sure to hop over on the site and give your thoughts and whatnot. But anyway, that will do it for mine, Glock.
Okay, my first one also touches on Battlefield Hardline and also Dragon Age Inquisition. Both of them have been delayed.
Like you do realize, like most of what's in that video we've covered.
Yes, I know. I didn't. I looked at it and the only thing I saw was the Battlefield thing. I didn't
Well, the Crash
see.
Bandicoots in there. We touched on Nightfall, but we didn't touch on Cast. Although I don't recognize anyone from there, so I don't think anyone like big's in there.
The main two things that I was looking at was Battlefield Hardline and Dragon Age 3.
Ah,
I wasn't really
One of those
caring
we
about.
covered.
Yes, I know. Anyway, so the big thing there is Dragon Age Inquisition is also being delayed, which really ticks me off because I really can't wait to get my hands on Inquisition. That game looks so amazing.
oh, how far back has it been delayed?
I think it's been delayed about as long as Hardline.
Hardline doesn't have a definitive release date at the moment.
Yeah.
Wasn't Hardline, didn't they say that they were going to at least push it back 2 months?
No, they said
No.
Q3 is the approximate release window right now. No.
That's for the last BF4 DLC.
Oh, really? I thought
Yeah.
it was for, oh, oops. I must have misread it then.
Yeah.
I thought that was for Hardline.
They did not specify for Hardline at
Oh.
all.
Then I've got nothing for Inquisition. I got nothing. Anyway, yeah, it's delayed. Boo-hoo. Yeah, sadness.
Are we watching the video?
No, we're not. That was just kind of like a reference to show that it is legitimately delayed. Now, the next thing. I've got to say it because I really don't know. What the fuck is this?
Oh, the Bioware teaser. Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I got emailed this teaser, by the way.
What is this?
I don't know.
We've got to watch this and see if any one of us has any idea what this could possibly be.
Whatever it is, we're not seeing anything until Gamescom.
Yeah, I know that much, but this has got me completely lost. I have no idea what this is. All I know is the guy with the smoking head looks pretty awesome. Alright, y'all ready to watch this interesting nightmare teaser?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, wait. One thing.
Okay.
Everyone, for your own personal enjoyment, turn off the lights and make sure you are alone for this teaser.
Do we have to turn off the lights? Okay, then. I've got an app for that.
Alright, continue.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that run. Look at that run.
Product placement. I believe that's the new Mustang.
I seriously have no idea what to think of this. I have no idea. I didn't see any type of reference or anything. This is completely out of the blue with nothing to go for it. I am completely lost. I didn't see any references, nothing.
Well, we got a tagline of what really happens when we sleep.
That's a great help.
And we've got the website of You've Been Chosen. A part of me wants to say it might be dealing with some type of alien story. Possibly.
Alien abduction?
Yes. Mm.
I like what the article says here. Wouldn't it be funny if this was somehow related to Dragon Age Inquisition? Yeah, funny.
Yes, this confirms the entirety of Dragon Age as a franchise. It's a dream of this guy. All a dream. Well, it might be maybe like a psychological horror game, like a very much a delve into the psyche of our main character.
That would be kind of creepy.
Because it's got a lot of these, I don't know, very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Okay.
I can't think of the word I'm looking for.
The time is okay. It hints at a Gamescom reveal. The time is near. They are watching. The power is rising, and I can't remember how to pronounce that. I think it's Cologne.
Where is it at time code wise?
It's not in the video.
Oh, okay. Cologne, Germany. Yeah, it's Cologne.
Yeah, you've been chosen. I want to know what the heck this is. It's killing me.
It's nice of Bioware to release something about something they're working on at Comic-Con, and then save the rest for Gamescom.
This one's just...
Oh,
you're not joking. This is a huge troll. I have no idea what to think of this, and I watched it, and it's just like, at first I was kind of like, okay, what is this? And then I started watching it again and again and again, and I'm just like, what?
It's got very... Well, it's got the imagery of something that's very psychological based. Because, kind of, I guess to break it down scene by scene, we've got... You've got the first scene, which is the repeating of the same scene over and over and over and over and over at infinity going forward.
Yeah.
You've got him seeing the reflection of himself in the car. You've got the normal-looking person with, like, smoke coming out of his head.
the awesome-looking person.
Like him himself having light coming out of his head. Which I think is that last shot before the website gets flashed and he wakes up.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think it's a very psychological, maybe horror-style game, which is something very different for Bioware.
Yeah, Bioware, I don't think Bioware has ever really done that before.
I don't think they've done a horror game in general.
Yeah.
Let alone a very psychological game.
I think they could pull it off if it's more psychologically based.
Of course, we could also maybe dealing with a survival horror game. It's always a possibility. Bioware maybe throwing their hat into the ring just like
Evil
Within has been doing.
Or no. Wait, is it Evil Within? Evil Within is a survival horror game, yeah.
Yeah. So
wait, I thought, what's it called? Just Die, or something like that.
It's, from what I read, it's more in the style of Dark Souls, which is not really survival horror per se.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of a traditional sense of the genre.
Okay.
It's more of an adventure game with a lot of horror elements in it, and a little bit of an element from a survival horror game, but not a true survival horror game in the traditional sense. But I don't know. It seems like a very psychologically based game.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks aliens are involved because I don't know, things.
the you've been chosen thing made you think aliens, apparently.
It's a possible alien it's possibly alien abduction. I mean, the first scene shows
The whole
things
you've
tipped
been
over, like a lantern tipped over, a coffee cup on the ground, like his hands down there, and his eyes are wide open.
his eyes weren't open. I don't.
Yes, they were.
Were they?
Okay, no, they're not. It's kind of
Yeah, they were closed.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
hard
they
to
were.
tell because they're in shadow, and I'm looking at the smaller one.
Yeah, they were closed. He's asleep. He just.
Yeah.
How do you sleep through knocking your lamp over and shattering it?
But people are heavy sleepers.
Jesus Christ, that's heavy.
I've slept through an earthquake, so small one, mind you, but I've slept through an earthquake, so I'm a heavy sleeper.
Same.
I could have my phone. I could have my phone in the same room, and I won't hear it at all.
I have literally conditioned myself to where only one of my ringtones can wake me up. Anything else but that goes off, I will not hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And literally anything else. So yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah. It's just I'm seeing where they're going, but it's too early to call like definitively what it is until we hit Gamescom, which I want to say Gamescom is in the next month.
Oh, Gamescom, hurry up so I can figure out what this is.
I'll laugh if Bioware still doesn't come out and say anything and they tease it again.
Oh, they would be such douchebags if they did.
Because there again, it hints at a reveal. It doesn't say it will reveal it.
Gamescom 2014 is... Yeah, it's next month. August 13th through the 17th.
Ugh, I'll be back in school.
We got like about 3 weeks or so to wait on that.
Ugh, school.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right. About 3.
Yeah. So yeah, a very interesting thing. I remember this when I was looking at a different article. I'm like, yeah, we'll get that next time. And then you picked it up.
I saw it. I'm just like, what could this be? It's got me stuck on it. It has legitimately got me stuck on it. I want to know what this is.
So yeah.
Oh god, they
a very curious troll by BioWare, leaving us hanging until Gamescom in a few weeks. But that will should do it for the Gaming Saloon for this week. Tune in tomorrow on our YouTube, on your YouTube Tease Saloon. If I'm remembering the address correctly.
Yes.
Yes. Where we will be picking up on a rewind that Glock himself recommended.
I doubt he remembers.
Yes.
I do remember it, actually.
Wow, that's surprising. Yeah.
On top of that, next Friday is the deadline to sign up for the League of Legends tournament that we're holding.
Yes, so come sign up, pretty please.
Or spread the word, either way.
Yes.
Keep in mind, free agents or teams can sign up. So even if you don't have a team, you can sign up individually.
You can be called on for your service.
Yes.
Top of that, if Destiny Beta is still up Sunday night, I will be streaming it. I'm sure Tommy will be hopping in with me. Glock, hopefully will be, as long as he remembers to download the damn thing.
Oh, I'm actually about to download that now once the show's over. I'm at the marketplace now.
We might have some YouTube content come out of that. along with
Yes.
the stream.
Hopefully, if I'm given the, files, kind of need those files to be able to deliver YouTube content.
You don't have a capture card, so really you can't get the content.
Well, then I guess we're kind of screwed, aren't we?
Okay, we've got 2 people with capture cards here.
So then y'all are interested in putting up the YouTube content then?
Yeah.
Damn it, Glock.
Anyway.
Just shut up.
Anyway. That pretty much does for tonight, folks. For Block and for Tommy, I'm Peace. Good night. We will see you tomorrow. The game is in Rift Tracks. Peace out.
As always, you can find the Game & Saloon Rift Tracks on our site at tgstgsr.org. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, on Twitter by following at TGSaloon, on Facebook at facebook.com/thegameinsaloon, and on YouTube at youtube.com/TGSaloon. Till next time.